Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragonriders, a Song of the Damned. I've gone live and immediately feeling too warm in my hoodie. I am PB, or Peter, I am your Dungeon Master, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful group of friends. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yep.
We have Callum, who plays Aegis. Tommy, who plays Arlir Sorrows. Alex, who plays the Ruined. And Samo, who plays Zila. Who, again, did not wave at camera. He never does.
Okay, listen.
So
I just discovered
bizarre.
something new. I legit just discovered something new on the character sheet.
Just
Man.
every single time, everyone
I
else
swear.
Bro's just locked in.
Yeah, he's not here to interact or to entertain. He's here to play fucking D&D.
Exactly, and to read. That reminds me, I need my fucking book out.
Just to note, in case there's anything weird that happens during the stream, we've just moved over to the latest version of Foundry, and therefore the latest version of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, which is paired now with Foundry, so it's like an official version. I've done quite a lot of testing. It seems to all be good, but yeah, if there's anything weird that happens at any point, that's why. Just putting that putting that out as a disclaimer. One other thing to note: previously, when we've been doing journeys slightly wrong. We're using a rule set called Uncharted Journeys, and I missed a bit about endings of journeys. So, who wants to explain what happened after the camera stopped rolling last stream?
We're gonna get fucked.
I don't remember exactly. I just know that something bad is gonna happen when we enter the city. That's like the
Yeah, apparently not only can things go terribly wrong during the journey, but also at the end as well.
But also
and
things
that's
can
what's
go well
happening.
at the end.
yeah.
Like, it's not just bad things, but you just
Yeah.
rolled atrociously on that result and
I
got
rolled atrocious.
yeah. And something bad's gonna happen, which they
I'll
know
take the
out of
win for that.
character, but in character they have no idea. So where we were previously, the group had just escaped from a fight against Arzamori soldiers in the village of Ishtalo, and then had spent the night with the Randir, a group of nomadic druids, mostly of elvish origin. The Randir had helped them during the fight, came to their rescue, and then gave them shelter for the night, and then they went on their way after Aegis managed to have some sex, and Sorrows managed to get rejected, and the Ruined confronted the fact that he still doesn't know what happened to his daughter after so many years away, when he met someone who had the same name as his daughter, and for the first time we saw the Ruined without his smile. They then pushed on to Hamon. Nothing of note happened on the journey. There's nothing worth mentioning for the recap. No gnomes were hurt in the making of that session, and they made it to the city of Hamon, which is under Arzamori control. And that is where we left off, with you all about to enter the city of Hamon. The Ruined has disguised himself as essentially what he looked like prior to becoming a Hexblood, and yeah, you're about to enter the city. Anyone want to kind of just like recap for the rest of the group? Basically just like reminders about what you're trying to achieve when you're going into the city.
Well, first thing I'm trying to do is get some like clothing that looks inconspicuous, so like some hooded clothing or something that I can just cover up with whenever I'm out and about. That's pretty much my first port of call.
Funny, since the city's a port.
I would also like to use the cloak or the whatever that I offered last session.
Your
Like
fancy
to-
cloak.
Yeah, I'd like to wear that as well.
Okay. So yeah, you pull up a hooded cloak that's well aged and a little bit worn from the road. Clearly a cloak of, nice refinement. Over your shoulders, and there's a hood that you can pull over your head. The Ruined, you're going to go look for some clothing. Sorrows and Aegis.
Nothing that I need to grab from town per se, but I'm gonna make a start on finding a trail.
Okay, and how are you going to go about doing that?
I'll help with that.
The
if I can,
tavern.
by the way.
The tavern is the best place to start always.
Okay.
I'll join.
So Zila and Sorrows are going to head to the tavern. Aegis?
I am going to do some shopping. Namely, I'm gonna go around, maybe sell some of my herbs and stuff. But I'm basically doing that to blend in. But I'd like to people watch because I would like to see if I could spot. It's probably gonna be a long shot. Celeste's gonna. Might be around here somewhere.
Somewhere to make money.
Well, I just want to go to the market to sell some stuff, but then I also want to people watch. If you get what I mean.
Okay. And anyone have any preference on who Kytheria goes with?
I mean,
If not, I'll just roll a dice to decide who she goes with.
Might be
She
handy in the tavern.
yeah.
Okay. So,
I agree.
Ruined and Aegis going off on their own, then fine. Have you all agreed where you're going to meet up later?
I assume tavern.
Tavern,
Maybe
probably.
in front of the tavern or in the tavern.
Okay.
In case we
fine.
get kicked out, yeah.
And just as a reminder, I believe the Ruins disguise self lasts an hour.
Yes.
Yeah. Before we split up,
Can cast it multiple times, I think.
I
No, you
don't
can't.
think I can. I think it's once per long rest. So yeah, I really need to get some clothes quickly.
Okay.
But before we split up, from my... Hang on. Sorry. I did familiarize myself, but I've already forgotten. There we go.
It's alright.
I am going to pluck a nail from one of my fingers and hand it over to Sorrows.
Bro.
Lucky you, bud.
I'm not a squeamish person, but this is atrocious.
Well, it should help me keep an eye on things.
Do you care to explain what exactly you mean?
Well, using some of my newly found hex magic, within 10 miles, I should be able to send you round about 25 words, telepathically. Can also see through... Wait. I can see and hear from the token as if I were located where it is.
So, if I were to put you in my backpack, you would be blind.
Yes.
Got the image of you walking around with his nail.
Wait,
Very well.
one second. I'll take it back, put it back into my finger, and then pull a lock of hair. This might be better.
I would agree, yes. I'm glad you did, because I was about to put it in my hair. Yeah, right, well... I'm gonna put it in my beard.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna stay there. Have you ever got hair in a beard before? They
No, it's
they
more
stick
just like putting
high
someone else's hair into your beard. It's just a weird image. Not necessarily less weird than giving someone your fingernail, but you know. Fun fact: the scene where his fingernails start getting pulled off is when I stopped watching District 9 as a kid. That shit fucked me up. Cool. Okay. Sorrows now has a single white hair just flowing in his beard. Okay.
Nice.
So you split off and do your different things then. So let's start with the tavern. So tavern's pretty easy to find is the good news. Apologies if the cameras momentarily break. Look at that, they did. I'm so smart at predicting when things happen. Okay. You find the first tavern you come across seems to be one that would suit your purposes of laying low and gathering information. But it is found in the middle of the slums. A run-down district, clearly people getting by on the razor's edge of poverty. As you walk up to the tavern, you see its sign hanging from the wall. The image of a skull with a big crack down the middle, like it's been hit by a hammer, and the name painted in red, The Cracked Skull. Give me all an insight check for the, well, I say all. Sorrows and Zila, give me insight checks since you're the ones at the tavern at the moment.
Damn, starting off great.
I did reset the rolls, by the way. Cool.
Kytheria able to roll as well?
She can. You gotta make me bump my stats, man. Fuck.
Yes.
I need to get my nat 1s down and my nat 20s up. Cool, she got a 12. Okay. Sorrows, as you enter the tavern, you can tell from its layout that this wasn't always a tavern. This is not a building that was built to be a tavern. It was a barracks once upon a time, but it's clearly been repurposed into a tavern. The signs of a traditional mess hall. There is even still a solitary little like holding cell that is visible from like the main bar room. Nothing in there, but it's there. You can see the barred doors, and it seems to be quite quiet and low key. Not a huge amount of activity at the moment. And as you walk in, you see a female human behind the bar, washing some glasses.
Ale.
Did you say ale or hail?
Hail.
Ale. Would you like some ale?
That would be lovely. This is a fine establishment you have here. I'll point at what clearly used to be a holding cell. I see it has some history.
Yeah, good 30 years or so. This used to be City Watch Barracks. Gallon of mug, honey.
We'll go with a gallon.
That'll be 2 silver.
Thank you. May I have some cups for my compatriots here?
Yeah, of course. She grabs a couple of glasses that she's just finished cleaning and hands them over.
2 silver, was it?
Yep.
Cool. Right. I feel like this is a good place to look into things. Me and my friends here, we are sellswords. We've been contracted by the military in the area. We're looking for a platoon that came by, and they likely had slaves with them. In the last few days, I don't suppose you could tell me where they went.
Roll me a deception check.
Damn.
Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, 22. Now, can you just roll me a d20, just as a luck roll?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
80. Very lucky.
Nice.
Last couple of days? No, can't think of anything. A couple of weeks back, though, now that you mention it. Yeah, no, maybe 2 weeks or so.
that sound like it might check out time-wise?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does mean we've not made any progress though.
Actually, let me just double check that, she says, and also the Dungeon Master says. I'm going to measure how long it would have taken them to get to Arzamor. Oops, I gave it away. Well, she was about to tell you where they were headed anyways. Yeah, they were heading over to Arzamor. It's a good thing that we don't have any people who are pretending to be other people in this campaign, huh? NPCs who are pretending to be villains, or pretending not to be villains. Whew. Can't keep any secrets these days. It's a good thing Kyphera is definitely not going to betray you during the finale.
Swear to God, if this is fucking
Desonus.
Niz, yeah. I was thinking Diz? No, that's not right.
This.
I
I'm
was
thinking
like Niz? No, that's
There's
that's
also
from
Driz
Star
in
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, like
I'm pretty
I
sure
think-
you guys named Driz though. So
I don't think I
Can't
did.
remember. It's as a precaution, I think. Whenever we're about to get in combat, we just leave Kytheria off to the side so she doesn't get any XP, and then we're gonna have a problem.
And we also get more XP.
Yeah.
now that I think
Get
about
outside
it,
of town. Oh, sorry.
just under 2 weeks ago, maybe. Tell a lie. Hold on. No, 2 weeks ago. I was right the first time.
And then we're heading to Arzamor.
Yeah, by my reckoning, they would have arrived maybe a week ago.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was that close.
Yeah.
Do you know if that was just where they were heading, or if that was their final destination?
There was a whole hubbub of them being traitors and seditionists. There was even rumors that they were going to execute one of them in the town square, but nah, they just took them all to Arzamor.
Any more details on this execution?
Well, it's just, the way folks treat seditionists around here. Out of character, do you know what sedition means? Just to make sure.
No clue.
Basically, leaving a kingdom or like betraying an army, that sort of thing. Sedition is
Okay,
basically-
deserters.
Yeah, essentially.
So wait, so is she basically saying that this platoon broke off from the main force, or the actual slaves is what they're calling the seditionists because they had the revolution?
She's saying that someone from the party was rumored to have been due to be executed for being a seditionist.
One of the soldiers.
Someone from the party.
Okay.
It does also occur to you that if it was one of the soldiers, why would they be going to Arzamor unless they're now a prisoner?
Yeah. Tell me, what's the fastest way to Arzamor?
Well, by foot, you maintain a good pace, maybe 10 days or so. Might be quicker to get a boat if you can hail one. Head north, then you can either go to the port of Varmiel or the port of Salfsel. Salfsel, at that point, you're maybe 2 days out.
2 days by boat. How fare the roads if we were to require mounts?
Out of character, you asked how it would fare, so in terms of like safety, yeah, not too bad, and there's a couple of settlements along the way. Out of character, horses are going to double your travel speed.
Oh damn.
If you all have horses, if only some of you have horses, then it doesn't really affect your travel speed, but it does it does affect your travel weight and such like instead.
You've been most helpful.
Well, happy to help.
I'll slide her over another 2 silver and say, and there's a gallon for you for when you're off duty.
Appreciate it, but not really ever off duty in this job, she says, and she takes a glass and pours herself one from the bottle that you just purchased her.
Oh, really?
You own the place, then.
I'll slide her over 2 gold and say, well, hopefully that at least gets you an hour off.
You're very kind. If you want rooms, I'll say that just purchases you them.
Good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
While this is going on, can I roll like a perception check to see if we drew any attention?
Sure.
Asking questions and stuff.
Well,
Good today.
it's a fairly quiet bar at the moment. Like, you're in the morning at the moment, so like literally you got to Hamon at like 8 in the morning, so like it's pretty freaking early, so the bar's not likely to be super busy anyways. And then in walks a hooded figure, a tiefling who clearly is, let's just say, shifty in her outfit and her, like, how she carries herself. She's like, you know, light on her feet. And then the giant tiefling with big axe. Giant tiefling with big axe draws attention pretty much anywhere he goes.
Sure.
So at least in that regard, your people have absolutely looked over.
Okay.
Okay. Doing anything else at the bar?
I can't think of anything at this moment.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Ruined.
Yeah.
You were looking for a clothing store.
Yeah, would I have been to Hamon before?
That is up to you. It's quite possible you have been, but if you don't want to have been, that's fine too.
I'll say that I probably would have passed through at some point.
Okay.
Would I know if there's like a trade district, or if it's just kind of like shops scattered about the city?
There is indeed a trade district. In fact, if you want to know, if you want to have travelled Hamon as well, I'll just give you a bit more like a lay of the land as well while we're at it.
Yeah, that'd be nice, thank you.
So, Hamon is a small city of approximately 10,000 people. Varies in terms of the races, but it is predominantly human and dwarvish. You know that it's got kind of a reputation for being a place that if you want to get involved in politics, you better have a thick skin and a thicker cuirass on. Political backstabbing, and not just of the political kind. Happens quite a bit here. There is indeed like a trade district and what have you. The other thing that particularly stands out to you, other than it being a port city, so there is obviously a port district, is the fact that this city is well known for having a grand temple in its center to the angel Reaper. It's a giant sepulchre named the Sanctuary of the Dead. Reaper is a neutral angel that is just the manifestation of death. He judges the dead and decides where they go, but, you know, he is an inevitability. So worshipping him isn't like worshipping Satan or anything like that. It's like going, death is an inevitability, let's at least like live and then die good.
It's like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of what you know about Hamon.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if I know there's a trade district, then would I know if there's like a weapons place that I could quickly go and sell my lance to before I head over to clothes, just so I have a little bit of extra cash?
Sure, you've got the weaponsmith a piece of flame, or you've got the blacksmith the cobalt anvil. Both of those would probably be a pretty good starting point.
Okay, which is closer to the clothing shop?
A piece of flame.
I'll go there then.
Okay.
Try and prioritize time.
Oh, didn't mean to put that over your head. Cool. Click on that for me.
Hang on, just
Go back real quick.
there we go.
And you should be able to see the shop now.
Cool. What's a cestus?
A cestus is a kind of gladiatorial glove. It's like a metal or stone slab used, basically knuckle dusters, but like
Oh,
ancient Roman, I believe, is where cestuses originate from.
that's pretty cool.
I think that might be from the magic items pack that Callum acquired for me.
Ah.
The homie.
How much would the vicious lance sell for? Because currently it says free.
Ah, that's because it potentially doesn't have a value. Hold on. Okay. Adobe, I'm going to be really, really clear with you right now. Fuck off with trying to get me to update stuff twice now since we've gone live. Okay? Just, I'm live. Fuck off.
I'll also try and sell... Oh, yeah. I see the price for the light crossbow. If I just hit sell on that, will it...
It will sell, but you can try and haggle if you want to, because there is a percentage that they're willing to pay, and haggling basically can increase that, or decrease it if you fail.
I'll just sell it at its regular price for now. Don't have time to stay and haggle.
Okay, let me have a look at your Vicious Lance. Yeah, no, that's because it's not a proper item, it's an item that's like you looted off of a corpse, essentially. Is it the same as this one? It is not the same as an actual Vicious Lance as a proper item. But that sounds like a reasonable price point. Can you roll me 1d6?
Okay.
Okay, they will offer you 100 gold for it.
Oh, God! Oh, me oh my.
He just boomed in his pantaloons.
I will take the 100 gold. I am not fussy. Whether it's worth more or not, 100 gold to me right now is very nice.
Okay. I have added 100 gold to your inventory, and you can just sell it, and they won't give you anything for it, technically. But they do.
Thank you. Oh, I may as well get rid of my crossbow bolts as well. Don't really need them. Oh wait, I just sold one. Oh, another 10 gold. Fucking hell, I'm rich.
It'd be a shame if someone rolled bad things are going to happen to you when you get into the city.
Yes, yes, it would. We all simultaneously get mugged in different places. Okay, yep, that's me selling to the merchant, and then I'll head to the clothing store.
Okay.
Jeez.
The clothing store. Oh, apparently made the clothing, the weapon store over encumbered, by the way. I just saw that on its, pop up.
No, how's the weapon store gonna move?
Okay. You find a clothing store called the Crafty Patch.
Let me click.
Also, some things I found out that are free in here are actually just like a weird amount. So sometimes when an item says it's free, it's not actually free. But if you just want to buy something that's free, just let me know and I'll either assign a price to it, or I will go in and look at what it actually is supposed to be. Like, I came across something that was like half a copper per item, but you normally buy multiple of them, and it was like, oh, I can't work that out, sort of thing.
So obviously with like, this is a very nice feature, but obviously with shops and everything, if I'm looking for something specific, if there's something in the shop that may cover it, or a couple of things that may cover what I want, would I be able to buy them and like say, so like if I was looking for something that would, you know, be like a long flowing robe that covers my feet and everything, and like wearing a hood, but also if I wanted to wear like a mask, could I potentially get robes and costume clothes? So like costume clothes would be like a mask or something, and then robes to cover the rest of me?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I would say that obviously a robe is a robe. If you want like a cloak, that's more traveler's clothes, I would say.
Right.
And then you wouldn't have to buy a full costume clothes for a mask. Let's just say add an extra gold onto it.
Oh, right, okay, so I'd buy traveler's clothes and then take off an extra gold for a mask.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, alright, I'll do that. I'll buy that, and then do you want to take the extra gold off me, or should I do it?
If you can do it, that would be wonderful.
Yep. Okay, there we go. I'll come up with what it looks like later.
That's fine.
But that's me.
And you go and find somewhere to get changed, I'm assuming, or at least put the cloak on.
Yeah, I'll put them on. I'll put everything on.
Okay. And then heading to the tavern to meet up with the others.
Yes.
Cool. Aegis. Where are you going?
Hello. I'd like to sell some plant stuff.
So, trying to find a herbalist?
Yeah.
You find the shop Aromatic Visions. Aromatic Visions is located in a small alley. And I actually have a map prepared for this one.
Help, boys, I'm about to get attacked by plants.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet for a second.
Okay.
Classic Alex shit.
Shit.
Okay.
Well, that's a nice map.
Yeah. There is a bit of snow around the streets of Hamon as you're walking around it, because it has snowed recently. It is the first day of winter at the moment. But it's not actively snowing. There is just a strong gale that kind of billows against your clothing, it blows your hair. Luckily, your glasses kind of cover your eyes and stop you from getting teary-eyed. As you walk, you're not in the slums, but this is still like a slightly more kind of run-down district, and you do see, like, huddled against the corner of one of the shops is a person who's kind of huddled down, hood over their face, hand out, clearly just begging for money.
Cool. As just trying to think. Cool. When I approach this guy, does he seem to have any injuries or anything, or does he just sort of look tattered and?
If you want to try and like work that out, I'd say that's a perception check.
Aye, aye, Captain. Perception.
He doesn't appear to be injured, but he does appear to have been sleeping rough for a long time. His clothing is tattered, his skin is bluish from the cold, he's unshaven, and he doesn't even he doesn't look up at you as you approach, he just kind of keeps his eyes solemnly towards the ground.
Okay. Ooh. In that case, when I pass him, I would like to hand him. Fuck it. I'll place in his hand the wolfsbane that I've acquired.
He clasps it and looks up at it and then up at you. He looks confused.
It may not be gold, but it can fetch a high price.
You're a kind soul, sir, he says, and he goes to, is your hand, still near where you placed the wolfsbane?
Yes.
He goes to, pat your hand as, a thank you shaking sort of thing, clasping your hand in both his sort of thing.
Yeah, it's fine, I'll let that happen.
Cool. Okay, yeah, he clasps your hand and starts shaking it, thanking you. And then...
Ah!
That is sick.
I've been jump scared. Wait, what am I rolling with advantage? Disadvantage? What's going on?
It's a straight roll.
Yikes.
You using any inspiration? If you've got any?
Yeah, please, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe this guy just hasn't shivved me like poison or something.
Just didn't wash his hands.
Oh, sorry, I rolled twice. 12.
It's alright, the 12 was the one that would have been...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say success, I think, because the second roll came through, but it's not a success, I'm afraid.
Ah. Oh well.
That is so sick.
Yeah, I told you, there's some cool new features.
That is so dramatic. I
That
love
is Epic Rolls by the same guy, Ripper93, who does a bunch of the modules that we're using on this. And yeah, it is... I'm a big fan of
That felt extremely... what's it called? Why am I
Baldur's Gate 3,
talisman-y?
yes.
No, it felt extremely talisman-y.
Oh, right. It is also, you can do group rolls for that and such like, so...
Oh,
It's a
that's
shame,
cool as hell.
It's a shame Alex missed it, but gotta keep the ball
That means
rolling.
we'll get a second reaction the second time it comes up.
This is true. Yeah, he clasps your hand, and as I say, that was a fail. Also, please do use up one of your inspirations on your character sheets. They're
Oh,
under
yes,
favorites.
yes.
As he clasps your other hand, you see it just as it's coming down on your hand. His glove that he is wearing on that hand has a sort of slimy substance clearly smeared on the palm of it, and as it makes contact with your hand, you get affected by something.
Okay.
And you are now poisoned. So go ahead and take that poisoned effect on your character sheet.
Not the ligma.
Yep, the ligma. I have been poisoned.
And the poison causes you to be unconscious.
Just straight up?
Yep, oil of Taggart,
Oh my
baby.
god.
So go ahead and also mark yourself as unconscious if that's one of the ones on there.
Fuck me, I guess.
That was the bad thing that got rolled. Well, this wasn't the bad thing that got rolled. You rolled bad thing happens, and then this is the bad thing that happens.
Yo, Callum, I got you. My good rolls will always cover your ass.
Hey man, it's a good thing that you know, one of you has a way of talking to another one of you and seeing that person's surroundings, right? It's a good thing that that's a thing. I was just giggling to myself when that was going down, going like, good choice, Alex, to give that to Tommy, who will be fine.
Ah, shit.
Shit.
I did also ask who Kytheria was going with. I gave you all the opportunities. Anyways, everything goes black as you feel your body just go limp and then fall and hit the stone. As you're lying in the like slightly melted snow, your vision's still darkening and blurring. You see two other men run over and you hear, "You got him? Let's move him quick."
I'm about to lose all my kidneys.
Kidneys, man.
Both my kidneys are gone.
Yep.
This is so unfortunate.
Actually, Eladrin only have one kidney to begin with.
Oh,
Is that a thing?
Hey Alex, how's it going?
What's up,
Pretty
man?
good. Sorry, had to check on the kiddies as well.
Yeah,
Damn.
fun. You
What a
definitely
boring
didn't miss
last 5
anything.
minutes.
Yeah.
I got back and all I heard was, I'm gonna lose my kidneys.
And nothing happened. It's all good.
yep.
All right,
Yep, yep,
I'm gonna
yep.
real quick go grab a drink.
Okay.
Alex is just gonna go figure out what happened while we.
I don't care.
Sound good?
We'll zoom back in on what happened anyway, and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll just see the aftermath. Tom and EP boy.
Tom do the EP. Hello.
I'm an EP boy or Tom an EP boy?
Tom and EP boy.
I'm kind of EP. Kind of EP.
He didn't have much of a reaction to the stuff that just went down, so. All right. So at some point, maybe 20 minutes from now, the ruined, you'd get back to the tavern then. What do you guys do when you get to the tavern? Well, when you get back with the rest of the group ruined, what does you and the rest of the group do? I'd say you've probably got 10 minutes left of your disguise self spell.
So it's been almost an hour.
Yeah.
And Aegis went to the flower store thingy instantly, right? Like that was the first thing he went to?
He said that that's what he was going to go do, is find somewhere to like buy and purchase herbs. You also probably would have agreed to meet approximately an hour from when you arrived in the city, because that's when the ruins disguise self was going to end, sort of thing. So
Well, I mean, first I'll meet up and I'll be like, "It's me." I don't know if you could tell because of the disguise.
I mean, yeah, we know how you look before, so I mean, yeah, we do.
Yes, but I'm wearing robes and a mask now. Disguise.
Could we actually? Is he that disguise that we can't?
he's
actually
wearing a
tell
hood
who
and a
he is?
mask. So tell you what, Ruined, you can roll a stealth check with advantage to see whether your appearance was disguised
Sure.
enough for Zila to not recognize you, or is it going to be a case of Zila still recognizes your chin or something?
Yeah.
If that is the case on Hero Forge, I'm gonna have to try and make the character wear a mask and then try and edit the face and the chin
Yes.
sticks out underneath.
There is a like executioner's mask that reveals the chin.
I was kind of thinking more of like a jester mask, you know, like the
okay.
porcelain
Gotcha.
sort of like jester mask.
I think there is like some that don't have a chin of that sort of ilk as well on Hero Forge.
Hang on,
Anyways,
I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. Stealth.
Maybe I also just recognize the way he walks. That can also be the case.
yeah, you got to be at 20 with your perception check, Zila.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
right.
roll, but I'm not being that. I mean,
That's pretty
close,
close.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, like you got that kind of vibe of like do I know this guy? As he walks in, but not until he approached. Did you clock
Yeah,
that?
now that I know who he is, now I can tell, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But before, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'd probably get a sense because of the way I walk as well, because I walk like I'm a corpse with all my limbs kind of like dangling.
And also, as he was walking, he was on his drum and going, kick, kick, kick.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, it's me. So, what are we doing?
Well, Sorrow's found out something, says
Aye.
Ethereal.
The troops went to Azamor. It's about a week, 10 days journey from here by foot. But we could get a boat, and that would take about 2 days.
2 days walk from the port to the city. So, boat to the nearest port to the city, and then 2 days from that port to the city.
Ah.
So, less than 10 days almost certainly, but I don't think she actually gave you an exact approximation.
Okay, I'll say that instead. There's also the horse option, but that's a bit pricey.
Well, I mean, I would very much like to save our compatriots, but I don't see us walking into Azamor and that going well.
I agree.
Aye, even with your disguise.
Exactly.
So, what do we do then? Do we give up trying to look for them? Do we try and find the others who were sent by ship?
Did we find out where the others were sent? I don't think we did we?
Only south.
We knew they were taken by the ship, like, they went by ship. But that's all we know, I think.
Or we try and find the sold escapee once again.
But at this point, he could be anywhere, right?
Same for the people who went south.
Well, if Celeste was following this group, it would stand to reason that he would have got there only a couple of days after them.
We'll die here. This is a tough decision to make. How long would have passed since I got in the tavern with Zila at this point?
Nearly an hour.
Has anyone seen Aegis anywhere?
No, and I thought he was going to be the first one to come out here again.
We shouldn't make any decisions without him present. We should go find him.
Did they just tell us where he was heading?
He said he was going to, like, the herbalist. So, if you find a herbalist, then that's probably where he went.
I'll quickly go back up to the barkeep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't suppose you could tell me where the herbalist is.
Yeah, sure. Roll me an insight.
Oh, that was for, like, everyone, or only for Soros?
You can roll, it's fine.
Okay.
She seems distracted. She is peering out of a window to her right. And as you're talking, she, like, you know, is, like, half listening, essentially.
Is
Now-
everything okay?
Now that you notice that, you can hear that there is some sort of commotion outside.
I'm gonna peer out, lean over the bar and kind of look out the window she's looking out.
at the corner of this alleyway where the bar is situated, there seems to be a fairly large crowd gathered that you can just about see round the corner.
Can I go out and take a look?
Sure. Anyone else joining?
Yeah, I'll follow.
We'll follow.
Okay, as you round the corner, you see Aegis with his bowels cut out and removed. Just joking. Funny joke.
It's his kidney, actually.
No, as you round the corner, you can hear a guard going, "Nothing to see here. Move along. Official guard business," says another one, and pushes someone back. Sorrows, you don't really need to roll to be able to see what's going on, because you can just see over the crowd. Everyone else can roll a perception check to try and like push their way through the crowd or like peer between little gaps and that sort of thing.
I'll just climb onto Soros. Easy.
Unfortunately, he is hard to scale, Zila.
Lucky.
Need
I mean-
climbing equipment.
You can, at the very least, Zila, see that there appears to be a body on the street, and the guards are like trying to block the view as much as possible while someone inspects the body. Same thing with you, the ruined. But Sorrows, you can see plain and clear that the body doesn't appear to have any like visible injuries on it, but there is a bit of blood speckled on the floor, and yeah, the guards are like trying to disperse the crowd so they can investigate. The body is not someone you recognize, though. Don't worry, it's not Aegis.
Okay,
But it's a corpse.
It is a corpse.
Or is it? Okay.
You can roll medicine as well, since you can fairly clearly see the corpse. You can roll medicine to try and like determine a little bit more than that from where you are.
That's a Soros exclusive, though.
Yes.
I keep rolling 18s. I'm
With a 20,
taking this.
That's very good. That's a very good roll, 20. The body is pale, like the sorts of paleness that a body gets when it has been bled thoroughly. However, there is not a lot of blood on the street. There is a little bit, but not a lot, like driplets. The amount of blood on the street is the equivalent to what you'd expect if someone like got punched in the nose, sort of thing, and then staggered off. But the body is pale, as if it's been, stabbed in the gut and left to bleed out for a long period of time. And also, there appears to be two discolored markings on its neck.
Oh,
Sussy.
okay. Are there any other things of note around the crime scene?
Not from this vantage point of being like near the back of a crowd and the guards trying to disperse the crime scene.
Can I try and walk through the crowd?
You would probably be able to fairly easily. But then you get to one of the guards and they go, "Hey, nothing to see here, back off."
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
How's that?
I come here with a traveling companion. I think he might specialize in something like this. I see the marks on the neck.
You hear a woman near you go, "What does he mean, marks in the neck?" And then another guard shouts, "Hey, shut your mouth and move out."
Ma'am, I just mean the strangle marks. Nothing to worry about. Well, you know.
Strangle marks? He's saying there's been a murder. You hear more people in the crowd clearly get distressed, and the guard that you're talking to, you can see his grip tighten on his weapon. Not like he's going to attack you, but just, he's getting frustrated. You've made the situation worse.
There's a dead body anyway.
No, it's marginally worse, but still worse.
I'll turn away to the crowd and kind of growl out. Did you not hear him? There's nothing to see here.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Sorrow's rolling up, being like, "I got this, fellas."
Bro,
18 again.
I'm
dice is
taking.
weighted. With 21, you use the voice from Dune, and you go,
There's nothing to see here.
Excellent.
and they all kind of go, But you bellow out, there's nothing to see here, and you see like the crowd recoil, and then people start kind of busying themselves about and leaving. Like, oh, we actually, you know what? We were on our way to the market, and we should go now, sort of thing. Like everyone's trying to like act cool as they disperse. The guard straightens and goes, I appreciate that. You said you could help?
I'll did the ruined come out too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Aye. And I'll turn around and I'll look at the ruined and kind of nod him over.
I'll walk through.
Okay.
Jankily.
Bear with me 1 second. You on your way to a party? Says one of the other guards as you walk up, seeing your mask.
Oh, no. I was horribly disfigured.
Roll me a deception check, but with advantage, because that's kind of a white lie.
Yeah. Damn.
Uh-huh. Well, he just kind of like gestures for you to step forward. He's not going to push the matter, but you'd get the sense he doesn't really believe you.
Yeah.
Maybe you're one of those weird detectives who's eccentric and dresses as such.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go up to the body and I will first, can I do 2 checks if possible?
Yes.
I'd like to do a nature first. Would it be nature? Would it be... Wait, hang on.
Also,
No, it
just
wouldn't be
worth
nature.
noting, Zila, you can approach the crime scene as well now, since your group has been allowed in. So if you want to do
Yeah.
anything as well, just let me know.
No, I'll just stand on the side for now.
Obviously, I probably would have knowledge of vampires.
No, don't know. You didn't think zombies were real.
I probably would have heard stories about them. Hang on 1 sec. I'm just trying to find the thing that lets me recall things. Wisdom. Yeah. So with vampires in mind, I'd like to roll an Arcana check, and because I'm trying to recall information about undead creatures, whether it is or not, I get advantage on my Arcana.
Cool. Nat 20. Very, very nice. Cool. What do you want to know about vampires?
I mean, I want to know if this is a vampire bite, first of all.
Okay. It is with 100% certainty a vampire bite.
Okay, and perhaps if like I would have heard about any like legends or stories about vampires in this area, you know, anything I might have read up on, just hearsay, rumors, you know, stuff like that.
What, in this region, sorry?
Yeah.
You're not... Okay. Sorry, my verification to get into D&D Beyond is failing, even though I'm holding it for the full allotted time. You're gonna piss me off, D&D Beyond. There we go. Yeah, you haven't heard of anything specific in this area. Vampires, you know, rumors and indeed truths about vampires exist around the world, right? Vampires are a thing that almost certainly exist, and what's more, there are stories that you tell to scare children, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But a vampire lord in this area, or anything like that, not that you're familiar with.
Okay.
That being said, you are familiar enough with the concept of vampires to be able to kind of ascertain that, if someone got turned in this area, they might well stay in this area. Likewise, if they got turned and this was originally their home, some vampires would return to their home to, be in a familiar hunting ground, so to speak.
Right.
You also would make an educated guess that this is almost certainly a vampire spawn, not a true vampire. True vampires aren't this sloppy to leave a victim out in the street. This is something that is hungry for blood and is not thinking about the hunt or, keeping a low profile or anything like that. It is a wild beast, essentially, that got the food it needed to survive.
Okay. Then on that note, I also have advantage on survival checks to track Fey Fiends and Undead.
Mm-hmm.
So, could I roll to see if there are anything that I can pick up on to be able to track where it may have gone after this?
Yes. First of all, roll me a survival check then. And you can also roll me an insight check. The insight check can be everyone. 16, very nice. Cool. And then with 17 and a 14 for insights for Zila and the Ruins. Sorry, 10's not going to cut it, Soros. Your early morning, it's winter, but it's late enough in the morning that the sun would have risen. Vampires can't come out during the sun. So something must have happened. Now, you are in the slums. The buildings here are tall and tower over, casting deep shadows to the point that the alleyway is almost entirely engulfed in darkness, but still, it would be incredibly risky going out as a vampire at the moment. With your 16 survival check, and with that insight in mind, the ruined of how did this attack occur during the day, you spot a sewer grate that's clearly recently been moved, scraped along cobblestone.
I'll just sort of peer my head up at everyone looking around. Looks like we have a monster to hunt.
While this is going on, how long has have we been waiting for?
You would have hit the hour mark at this point.
Is it round about the hour mark, or is it even later at this point?
Probably a little bit later.
I'm gonna put my hand on the ruined shoulder and say, "Well, looks like you were on your way to a party after all, huh?"
Let's get on with it.
You see
Can
the
I ask-
guards give each other concerned looks at that laugh, but they, again, don't comment. You mean you've done the job for them, so,
Yeah.
Can I ask the guard that was on good terms with us now, I guess, how far away the herbalist would be from our current location? Or from the bar, I guess.
There's a couple of different places. Closest one would be, I dropped my dice, I do apologize. The closest one would be Aromatic Visions, maybe 10 minutes away.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll look at, I suppose, Soros, because the other creepy dude is still on the floor with a concerned look. I'm not sure if we should go after this thing with Aegis' location being,
Well, yes, we should find Aegis first. Let's not get too overexcited.
Yes, we don't want him missing out on this.
Exactly. He may come in handy as well.
Agreed.
let's say we do take out that, whatever that is. What would be in it for us? I'll ask the guard.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Dead.
Well, you reckon this is a vampire, you said?
He did, yeah.
Well... If you were to kill it, I would, say that we'd pay you standard sort of rate, which is 450 gold.
Considering we helped you to clear the area and figured out what it was, I feel like standard rate is a little bit low.
He looks uneasily at his fellow guards, and then looks back at the corpse, kind of pokes the ground with his spear, and then goes, "Name your price."
Make it 500 and we have a deal.
He looks at the others, and they all go, 500. He puts his hand out to shake yours.
I'll shake his hand.
Cool. Okay, you will notice in the journal you've got a new quest as well, Fangs in the Dark. You have successfully investigated the crime scene. There were no signs of struggle, which implies the kill was quick. You could continue by investigating, talking to the locals. I'd originally planned for this body to have already been removed, so I'm going to change investigate the body in the morgue. And you have already talked to the officials in charge of the investigation. You can also investigate the other murders if you so wish, because there are others. You hear one of the guards say that when you were looking at the body, you had one of the guards mutter to his mate, "Third one this week."
Okay.
Coolio.
I do believe this is where we put the quest on hold for now. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Okie dokie. Let's move over to another scene then. Alright, Aegis. You wake up as your head suddenly snaps to the side and you see bright lights flash in your eye as you've clearly just been punched in the side of your eyeball. Not your eyeball, but like your skull. And you take 3 points of damage.
Oh.
Good news is you had 10 hit points. That just took off your 10 hit points, but still.
Clarify, we're not supposed to see, right?
I would actually like you to be able to see this. Let me go and fix that real quick.
Okay.
Bear with.
Oopie doopie.
Oh, this is a fine wake-up call. Ah! Now I'm blind.
Yeah, I'm just fixing so other people can see you real quick.
Now I'm blind.
He hit me right in the eyes.
Yeah, your vision goes dark for a moment again, and then it comes back. There we go. Should be able to see now, everyone?
Yeah.
I can't see yet.
Cool.
Yep.
You can go ahead and remove the poisoned and unconscious, because the poison deactivated as soon as you took damage.
This is kind of what I'm envisioning, by the way. I've just posted it in Dragonriders.
Cameras are going to break temporarily. Oh, no, they're not going to break. That is a look.
Yep.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to be real inconspicuous.
The Joker rolls up.
You can feel as your kind of vision comes back to that you are sat down on the floor, and your hands are bound behind your back and behind the pillar. So your back is against the pillar, and then your hands are around the back of it, tied by rope. You see a bunch of people stood in this building. One of them is the homeless man who poisoned you before. Then you have a female human who is carrying a short sword. A man wearing a hooded cloak who's carrying a mace. The man who just punched you, who doesn't appear to have any weapons on him. Potentially if he's interrogating you so that you can't grab any weapons off of him. And then in the background appears to be someone wearing finer clothing than the others. He looks like he's probably not from this area. You can't quite place his nationality, but he doesn't look like an Azamorian.
Okay.
The guy who just punched you takes a step back to kind of let you get a clearer view of this man. Ah. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Not much of a choice.
No, not much of a choice. What's your name before we get started?
What is this?
Sorry, you took too long. As you're saying,
No.
what is this? He nods to this guy here, and this guy here is going to punch you.
Ah.
And he can't miss you, I'm afraid. So this is just damage.
Yep.
You take another 3 points of damage.
What's he do? Whereabouts is he punching me? Belly? Face?
Yeah, that time he punches you in the stomach.
Okay.
What is going on here is I'm asking you some questions, and if I like your answers, then maybe I let you live. If I don't like your answers, then maybe I bind your feet too and roll you down that ramp, he says, and he gestures behind you. As you peer to your side, you can see that you appear to be in a warehouse for ship construction or repairs. And if you were to be rolled down that ramp, then when the tide comes in, you would just slowly be taken by the tide. So, your name?
Aegis.
Aegis. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Sure.
My name is Quincell. And I do apologize for the scenario that you have found yourself in. Unfortunately, this has nothing really to do with you personally. In fact, if you are amicable, then I'm sure this could be a positive experience for you, really. You see, we have some questions for you about someone that you travel with. And if you were to help us in our investigation, we would be very, very, very appreciable.
I don't know what you mean.
What do you know of the Night Warrior that you travel with?
I don't know what you mean.
Roll me a
Travel
persuasion
alone.
check, because I don't think you... well, first of all, roll me a history check to see whether you do know what a Night Warrior is, but you don't know who the Night Warrior you travel with is, so you can also give me a persuasion check, sorry.
Okay.
Cool. You do know what a Night Warrior is, and I'll give you a bit of information about that in just a moment, but also roll me that persuasion check. Okay. Night Warriors. Bear with me 1 second. I need to pull up some notes that I've taken on Night Warriors just so I get everything correct. You have heard of Night Warriors before because Night Warriors are a legendary group of powerful fighters, supposedly servants of the demon god Dusk, the leader of Hellevar. Night Warriors are elvish cultists, and it was said once upon a time that a soul Night Warrior could essentially kill a small, like, squadron of soldiers all by themselves. Like, they could take on as an example, a standard, like, Azamori soldier troop would be, like, 10 men. You fought, I believe, 8 of them back in Ishtalo. Yeah, supposedly a soul Night Warrior could take on one of them by themselves.
Right.
You also know that they originate from somewhere in Azamori territory, but you're not sure specifically where, but because they're an elvish cult somewhere in the forests.
Okay.
When you say whatever you said, I don't know what you're talking about, or something to that similar effect, almost immediately this guy's going to punch you in the jaw again.
Okay.
Because that persuasion check was not... unless you want to inspiration that, to be fair.
No.
He's rolling consistently on his damage. He is also rolling the lowest amount of damage possible every time, so you take 3 points of damage again. It would be easier, Aegis, if you do not lie.
It'd be easier if you stopped punching me.
That is solely up to you, my friend.
Oh, seems we're at an impasse then.
So you're not going to talk to me?
I'm happy to talk.
I'm only going to ask this one more time, Aegis. What do you know about the Night Warrior you travel with?
Well, I know that to brew soothing salve, you need 1 part sour grass with acid dew. And I basically start reading off like a recipe for soothing salve.
Okay. One other thing I forgot to mention from that history roll. Also, Night Warriors are extinct. They died out a long time ago.
Okay.
As you start doing this guy is going to just walk around the back of you, and you can then feel him undo your bonds. Do you do anything as he does that?
Not yet.
Okay. Also, just worth noting, if you were wondering, you are currently unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
All of your equipment is on this table over here.
Okay.
He is then going to grab you by the scruff of your neck and pull you over to Quinzel. I think I said that was what that guy's name is. I've already forgotten.
Yeah, Quinzel.
Thank you. That's what I get for not writing names down, as I have to then use my dog shit memory for names in real life. Cool. He drags you over to this little forge here. And that soothing salve, would that heal broken bones or burns or...
I mean, it's not really for internal.
Burns it is, then. He will then grab your hand and push it into the forge.
Okay. Can I roll a con save on that one?
Sure.
For reasons?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Ooh, okay. It burn.
It does indeed burn, and also probably gives you a little bit of PTSD.
Yep.
Ooh, and I rolled max damage on that one. You take 8 points of fire damage as he presses your hand against the coals and then pulls it out. Not enough for your clothing to be set on fire, but you can see, like, you know,
Oh,
red.
the bandages are definitely burnt.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there
that's
is
for sure.
raw and redded flesh on your hand.
Oh, you think I don't know that kind of pain?
It's not about the sort
No.
of pain you know, it's about the sort of pain you can endure.
About the potion of plant speak. You see, if you take cat's tongue, I recall that recipe.
Okay. As you are starting to go through that, the guy who's still holding you by, like, the scruff of your neck is then going to kick your feet out from underneath you, and let go of your neck, and you're going to fall, and at least part of your body's going to hit that anvil.
Okay.
You take 4 points of damage.
Hmm.
This one's then going to move over to your bag. He's only got 3 of them. Well, then he's got only a handful of opportunities to start talking. She will bring the bag over and hand this guy a potion of healing. And forcefully pours it down your throat. You regain 9 hit points.
Okay. This ain't good, Chief.
So maybe you're not talking because you feel some sort of loyalty to the Night Warrior. Is that it?
Maybe I'm not talking because I don't know what the hell you're on about. And I'm a stubborn prick.
Roll me another persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
Do you have any more inspiration, or are you?
He has some inspiration.
I'm gonna use that.
Imagine you getting that 20 and they're just like, he doesn't know anything, let him go.
They're just leaving. Sorry to bother you, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, wrong guy. Sorry.
We're actually after Zell, not Zen.
Simple mistake. Sorry, sir. Leaves me.
Okay. Fine, we'll play it your way, Aegis. You don't know what I'm talking about. You travel with a woman. A woman with strange markings on her face, an elf. With white hair. Yes?
Well, traveler is a broad term. I mean, I was there at the slave uprising.
I don't care about your past. I care about the danger that she represents. Do you know what a Night Warrior is?
Sure, I've heard tales.
Cultists of Dusk. You really think that that's someone you want to be traveling with?
Well, if they live up to legends, is that really someone you want to cross paths with?
We have ways of dealing with things quietly and discreetly.
Right.
So what's her name?
What's whose name?
Okay. At this point, you're like, collapsed on the floor next to the forge, and he's like crouched down next to you. He will unsheath his short sword and stab it just above your kneecap.
Oh, that spots.
Yep, you take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And all it requires is a little bit of pressure of me pushing this hilt towards your stomach and I'll pop your damn knee off. And I don't think any soothing salve is going to do anything about that.
No, maybe not.
Her
At least I'll
name-
get a cool cane.
Okay, here's how this is going to work. You have one more chance to give me her name. If you don't, then all you will have done is sealed how slowly you're going to die. Because at the moment, if you give me her name, with all these injuries you've accrued, we might let you live. But if you don't give me her name right now, then we're just going to brutalize you and then let you bleed out.
Can I roll an Arcana, Pete?
Sure.
I'm trying to discern whether they just don't know her name and they're just wanting more information, or if they've got some sort of ritual or spell that they need her name for.
Okay. They appear to genuinely not know her name. None of the people in here seem to be spellcasters except for this one here, where you can sense some innate spellcasting ability.
Let me see, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Let me loosen it for you, and he flicks just the very tip of the hilt of his short sword so that you feel a twinge that goes through your nerve.
Okay. Okay. I believed it was pronounced... Is it still in my knee?
It is still, yeah, embedded in your leg just above the knee.
My hand's still tied?
No, your hands have been untied. So that
Excellent.
it can manhandle you more.
I'm going to slam the dagger down through my knee as an act of defiance. Fuck this guy.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt a lot, but
Yeah, nope.
Bro, Aegis is a fucking beast.
Bro.
You should start moaning.
Watch-
They'd hate that.
watch as it is a natural 20 and I lose.
No, but you took 7 points of
Oh.
damage. You feel at the point of passing out. And you also feel the short sword, like, chip against the stone underneath your leg. Like, it can't go through the stone, because that's a metal sword going through stone, that's not possible. But like, it is fully through your leg and out the other side at this point. Which also means it's probably, you know, broken the bone.
Okay. That one hurt. Like a lot. Oh. But I will say, I don't think you guys have thought this through.
And how's that?
Well, the way I see it, if you guys wanted just them to come to you, or you wanted more information, they're surely gonna come for me. Maybe not, I don't know. And all you wanted was a name?
The name is the first question. You've made this incredibly difficult. But
As I...
she's not going to come for you. She doesn't care about you. Night warriors don't care about anything other than their dark deeds. She's emotionless, haven't you noticed? And I feel like you are... And he kind of like holds the hilt of the short sword and like puts just a little bit of weight on it as he's like thinking contemplatively. You're the emotional sort, aren't you, Aegis? That's why we picked you. The people you travel with, you're the weak one. You're the useless one. That's why we picked you. Even if the rest of your group aren't heartless like the Night Warrior, I wouldn't go back for someone who was useless to my party.
I guess only time will tell, hey?
Well, you don't have a lot more of it. And he's going to pull out the short sword, which will cause it to once more do damage to you, and you've only got 1 hit point left, so you are going to fall unconscious. The good news is, they will stabilize you with a health potion, but, actually no, they'll stabilize you without a health potion and let you come back normally, and then maybe they'll heal you up. Also means that your wounds don't seal back up, so...
Yep.
Oh, the Ruined is gonna have a grand old time seeing that he's been bound and burned. Sounds like some oppressors need the taste of their own medicine.
It's almost like I'm really hoping you come in and see what's going on right now. So just this whole plan all along.
They want to see emotional today.
Okay, after that, really, really chill, super nice, casual.
Sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. We come back to the rest of the group. So you said that you wanted to like wait essentially for him to show back up, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we would actually wait, considering we now know that the shop was like only 10 minutes away.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would have just instantly, like, at least go there.
Okay.
Just check out what's happening. Also, Alex, if you haven't figured it out yet, he was abducted. Yep. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I got you.
Yeah. You arrive at Aromatic Visions, which is located in a small alley. What do you guys want to do?
Whereabouts did that happen? Like, just outside here, or?
What, his attack?
Yeah. Or, like,
character,
did
you
it
don't
happen
know.
outside or inside?
You don't
Yeah,
know.
we ain't got no
Yeah,
idea,
I
man.
guess I wouldn't know, yeah.
That's what you've got to investigate, Samo.
Yeah. I don't know why I asked that.
Fucking Zila
Okay,
just
but-
starts barking. What is it, lassie? What is it?
But, I mean, would we see anything outside that looks suspicious, since we do know that he should be back?
That would be passive perception, though.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
We'd actually have to be actively looking for it, and we've got no reason to be doing that right now.
Yeah, but I'll look at your passive perceptions.
Okay.
To be fair, this is an alley, so I might be looking for suspicious things just because we've just come across a vampire.
Rude.
And I mean, I was kind of suspicious of him, of something happening to him from the start.
Okay, then yeah, you can roll actively then. Still perception though, because you don't know to investigate this area just yet.
Damn.
All right, cool.
Okay, I'm not even going to bother.
Zila, with a nat 20, you immediately notice that there is, there's built up snow here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that there was a body that was kind of like huddled down in the snow. Then some sort of kerfuffle happened, and then another body kind of hit the snow on the edge of it, and looked like it ragdolled, versus this one looked like it was kind of cuddled up for warmth until...
Do I see some of the remnants of that gooey poison?
It's a contact
Stuff.
poison that was on someone's glove, so there wouldn't be any
Okay.
like, residue on the floor or anything.
Okay.
Is it snowing now?
No. You would know it was snowing last night.
So if it's not snowing now, I would see that there's no snowfall inside this body-shaped.
Correct, yeah.
This was today.
Yes.
In fact, at the rate that the snow's melting at, probably fairly recently. Last hour or so. With that nat 20.
Let me check inside.
Yeah, go ask them if he even arrived. If not, then we know something's up. And I'll maybe look around to see if... Because now I'm, like, pretty damn suspicious if, like, there's people, like, watching us, or, like, someone that's watching us.
Okay. With that nat 20, I'll just say no one appears to be watching you. There's no one like
Okay.
keeping eyes on the street or what have you.
I'll stay
I'm
outside.
gonna.
Actually,
I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay. I'm gonna change my mind on that nat 20, Samo. You do notice one person watching, but it doesn't feel like it's someone who's like watching the street. It's someone who has noticed you looking around and has clearly gained an interest in you. At the corner of this building, so just up here, I don't have a token for him, sorry, is a small street urchin peering around the corner, and as you spot them, their eyes go wide and they dart around the corner.
Okay, but you said that they didn't look like they would like be there for me. They just spotted me.
Yeah, it
basically.
doesn't look like
Okay.
they're like keeping an eye and reporting to anyone or anything like that.
Okay. I guess I'll pay somewhat more of attention for up there, but otherwise I won't care.
Okay. You
As
walk in-
I follow in before, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I just do a very quick perception check and see? Because like, on like a brief glance, there's only that one entrance / exit. Can I see if there's a hidden exit anywhere?
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
Damn.
I mean, this place is covered in plants. Who knows what these plants can do? Maybe some of them are teleportation plants. You know, you've heard rumors. Like, you know, you pull off
Yeah.
a leaf on a certain beanstalk and it teleports you to another realm of existence, sort of thing. So this whole place could be just a network of secret passages.
Yeah, fair.
I like how that it's become this meme at this point that the ruined is every now and again just a dumb fuck. His intelligence is 13.
Yeah.
He's perfectly like fine intelligence-wise.
It's just the transformation, you know. It's like it's just making him a little bit wacky sometimes.
As you walk in, you see a male human stood behind the counter, crushing up some sort of plant in a mortar and pestle. Hey, welcome to Aromatic Visions. My name is Dean. How can I help you today?
A friend of mine stopped in earlier. Sorry, is Aegis, is he a Ladrin?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. An Eladrin. Slightly longish hair. Probably came in within the hour.
No Eladrin that I can think of in the last hour. Sorry, mate.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Okay. Bruh.
I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, but last time you didn't bother, your next roll was in a 4, so maybe you should bother.
Okay, I will bother. I am bothering.
He's gonna waste a good roll. Watch. Don't do it. No!
Wow.
You devil's deal, you fuck!
Shit, don't get past us.
Took the devil's deal!
That's the
Why?
most I've ever seen one.
Fucking
That was
handed that
Samo's
to you on a
fault.
silver platter.
That was
My
Samo's
fault.
fault. He jinxed it.
That is no.
He said you're now gonna waste a good roll as you were rolling, and it became a
I
nat
did
20.
not whisper anything. I was not the voice in your head for once.
With nat 20 insight check, he's telling the truth. No Eladrin has come through in the last hour.
Both of you have made that realization.
I don't suppose you would mind telling me why there is a body-shaped mark in the snow outside of your establishment, then? Within the last day. Probably hour.
He peers out from the window and goes, "Dunno, I mean, kids playing maybe. I don't want to alarm you, but there's rumors going around that there's some sort of serial killer on the loose, but I would imagine I would have heard the commotion of the guards. dealing with the body, if that was the case.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's just a vampire.
I'm just gonna put my hand in my palm when he says that.
Vampire, he says, looking slightly concerned, but with your nat 20 insight checks, it's not so much a concern that he's going to get attacked by a vampire, but more like a, that's interesting. And then you'll see him walk over here and just write on a scroll of parchment. It's good to know.
Yes, do lock your doors and maybe take some precautions.
Yeah,
Want you to
Oh,
be safe.
that's a very. He walks back to the parchment and again writes something else on there. Yeah, that's. Thank you. He will then walk over to the door, and while he's grabbing a hammer and nail, he'll just walk up to the door, open it, and start hammering that parchment into a sign on the door.
What does it read?
As he closes the door, Zila, you can see the message he just wrote on there says, vampire sighted in the city, take precautions, buy your garlic here today.
Happy to help.
But, no, I mean, maybe some kids playing, maybe a beggar, I don't know. It's, I was saying that, no, I did hear some shouting a little bit ago. It's, I just thought it was, you know, the normal riffraff, but,
Hear any specifics?
you think someone said, let's move it?
Any destination in mind?
I wouldn't know without knowing what they were doing.
Unless you heard the footsteps of Dance after they said that, that sounds suspicious.
Well, could have been someone running from the guards, could have been someone running to the local shop to buy some sweets.
Did it sound like children?
It could have been teenagers, but no, probably adults.
Are there any shady areas around here?
Well, we're not in the most, you know, upstanding area of the city, but there are worse districts. I mean, you've obviously got the slums, which, you know, not that far from here. I guess, you know, if you were looking to do shady business, probably the main place that I would avoid would be the docks. You know, that's where, like, barely any guards patrol. Various underhanded dealings with smugglers and that sort of thing. That district's basically, well, not lawless, but you hear all sorts of things out from there. That's
We'll
why I
certainly
set
keep
up
that in
shop
mind.
here.
Thank you for your time.
Not a problem at all. And listen, if I could interest you in some garlic, I've heard that there is a vampire on the loose.
Can I roll insight and see if garlic actually helps against vampires?
That wouldn't be an insight check, but with your nat 20, I'll just let you know. Vampires in D&D, as far as I'm aware, there isn't actually anything specific about garlic with them, but most of the stuff to do with vampires in D&D is the stuff from traditional vampirism, so that, like, they can't cross running water, stake to the heart, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and say that garlic is, it won't kill them, but they don't like it.
Right. Okay.
I'll buy some garlic, just in case.
Okay, that will be 10 silver.
That I can do.
For garlic? What's that?
Vampire on the loose, man.
Yeah, Damn!
I've taken it off me.
Okay, I'll add garlic to your inventory.
I want to get a bit of my rope out and cut a little bit off, and then just like tie it around each one, and then put it around my neck. So I'm just walking around in like a harlequin mask, black robes, and just garlic around me.
So you look like that motherfucker you posted in Dragonriders with garlic around your neck. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
We watch as the ruined gets transported from this realm to Sunward Empire. Man becomes too goofy and disappears from this plane of existence.
Okay, you have some garlic in your inventory.
Nice.
Fantastic. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
May I check for tracks
Sure.
in the snow?
At first I thought you said traps, and I was like, that's a bit weird to do that as you're exiting a building that you just went into, but sure. But yeah, tracks is also fine. That will be a survival roll.
Can I help with that? Is that a thing?
You can give him advantage by assisting, yeah? How
Yeah.
are you assisting, first of all? Like, if you want
I mean,
assist.
considering that I have found this place thingy here, right here, like what happened, I would assume that since I kind of was able to like recreate what happened, maybe I can somewhat see like maybe the direction the snow moved.
I was actually going to say, yeah, he got a nat 20 in perception, didn't he? So I don't know if he knows where the tracks are.
Yeah, or like maybe at
She.
least the direction they would head into. That just the direction.
Okay, fine. The tracks seem to... There is indeed tracks. There's not only foot tracks, but there is also wagon tracks that seem fairly fresh, cutting through the snow on the corner. And they then appear to round the corner and head west.
Would I, like, if he says that, would I know if that's heading towards the docks if I've
That
been
is
here
indeed
before?
heading towards the docks.
Well, we may as well check the docks.
Aye. Let's follow the trail.
Also, just realised Kytheria apparently didn't come with you here. She absolutely did. I forgot to spawn her on the map.
Oh,
Um,
I
hi,
wish I
guys.
gave
Wait, she's
Aegis
down
my
there, no?
hair.
Isn't she there?
Oh, she is. I just was too zoomed in to see her. Never mind. I forgot to move her. Oh, hey, guys.
She was just keeping lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. I'm gonna hold up the hair to the ruins so he can see what he looks like right now with his garlic on.
It's like his little camera.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather not activate it because I will go into a trance and the token will be destroyed afterwards, so best just to keep it for now.
Yeah. How would you know when to use it?
Just whenever I feel like it.
Seems like there's a lot of luck involved with this.
Yes. Perhaps if we were on a mission and you went in solo and I needed to see what was going on.
I see.
Like, for example, if I gave it to Aegis.
I did make this joke as he was getting attacked that, like,
Yeah.
I was laughing to myself when you gave... Because this is the thing that you rolled to happen in the city. Not this event specifically, but this was, like, the bad thing I decided was going to happen. And I specifically was like, which one do I want to pick on? I'm going to pick on Aegis. And then, so when you gave your token to Tommy, I just went, that's funny.
Yeah,
Bro, I didn't
like,
even roll badly, bro, for it. It was fucking. Oh.
no, I know it was a debate between Aegis and Sorrows, but I was like, well, Sorrows might, like, seeing as we're splitting up and Sorrows is going to the inn, I might want to see what's going on if anything bad happens in there. Didn't expect it to be Aegis getting kidnapped.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. So you guys head down towards the docks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Aegis, you come back to And as you start to wake up, you hear foggily one of them say, "He's waking up." And then you feel your head get tilted up and another potion gets poured down your throat. You're back on 8 hit points. And your leg is now
Thought it was a bad
largely
dream.
healed.
Apparently not.
Well, as I said before, Aegis, now it's not a question of telling us to save yourself from death. It's now just telling us to spare you pain. So, what's her name?
Well, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
Base.
Okay. Right. Let's see.
Oh God, no! The silent treatment.
No, sorry, I was
I'll
considering.
I'll tell you anything I want. Honest, please, just no
considering
more.
things to do to be mean to you, and I've
No.
made a decision.
No, I shouldn't have quipped.
So,
Fireball.
you're an Eladrin.
Yeah.
No offense, but I tend to find your people elitist pricks.
None taken, I guess.
Good. You know, I don't know that modern culture, but back in the day, one of the things that Eladrin used to kind of differentiate themselves from us lesser beings was the fact that they looked more like the gods. He crouches down next to you and puts out his hand, and the Fug who has been stood next to you hands him your sickle. And the main thing that made them look like the gods, of course, was their ears, much longer,
Oh.
pointier than an elf. Wonder what you'd look like as a human.
Oh. Okay.
And you're a herbalist, right?
Yeah.
Do Eladrin ears have any alchemical properties?
Do they?
Not as far as you're aware.
Ah. I can't say they do. No.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. He takes the
Wait,
sickle and puts it to,
wait.
like, the top of your ear.
No, 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 wait. Wait. Does he wait at all?
Yeah, he waits.
Oh, excellent.
You can feel, like, from the blade of the sickle that, like, it has slightly cut your ear and blood, like a tiny stream of blood is trickling down your ear. But he is not
Okay.
cutting.
Her name's Kytheria.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh.
I expected everything, not that.
Oh, Also, stream view's fucked up for some reason.
It's worth an attempt.
I mean, if you want to, I think you've got one more point of inspiration if you want to use it.
No.
Kytheria. He looks over to this guy here and just goes, "Does that sound like a tiefling name to you?" The guy just shrugs, and then you feel searing pain as the top of your ear is completely cut clean off.
Bollocks! No.
You feel blood gushing down the side of your face, and then he... oh, also, let's apply damage to your sickle, obviously.
No, it's gonna do more because I'm plant-based.
I do not believe you are plant-based.
No, I'm not.
So is it normally 1d4 or is it normally 1d6? I can't remember.
It's 1d4.
Yeah.
It's 1d4 with an added d6 if it's a plant creature.
Nice. You take 2 points of damage then.
Owie!
Well, you're a gusher, that's for sure. I heard stories that orc tribes back in the day used to wear the ears of their fallen enemies as trophies. So, I can't remember, does Aegis have like a necklace or anything like that? Or
No.
Nope. Then he will cut off a piece of string and thread it through a hole that he puts into the top of your ear, and then he'll tie that around your neck so that you're now wearing the top of your own ear as it continues to just like seep blood down your chest. Oh, now you look like a true multicultural person. Not quite an Eladrin and not quite an orc.
How close is he to me right now?
Oh, he's very close, like he's in your face.
Excellent. I wish to headbutt the man.
Roll me an unarmed attack.
Excellent. I don't know how I'm going to roll it, because I don't know. Oh, I do have an unarmed strike. There it is.
A 16 will hit him.
Nice.
Excellent.
Break his neck.
With
The
2
headbutt.
damage, he's not gonna break his neck, unfortunately. But
Close though.
you do, however, like hit him in such a way that you do bust open a cut on the bridge of his nose. Not enough to break his nose, but enough to, like, you know, draw blood. And he will stagger back and go, "You cunt!"
Apologies, I'm just trying to act more human.
We can be savages, can't we?
Right. Okay. Am I still being held down?
You're still tied up to the pillar, but you're not being like held down by anyone. The ties are around your wrists, by the way, so like you can't do hand motions, but you can do finger motions. Okay. Tell you what, don't tell me her name for now. He is going to throw the sickle onto the anvil, and he's then going to take your glasses off of your face instead.
Oh my god.
What did she do for you that inspired such loyalty?
Does anyone have to do anything to have someone's loyalty?
So you just are loyal to anyone then?
Not anyone, no. If I was loyal to anyone, I probably would have given you her name.
I'm just trying to work out why you're protecting the cultist of dusk. You don't strike me like one of them.
There's that saying, never judge a book by its cover.
Well, as you're a cultist of dusk, there's not a lot of mercy we have for you, unfortunately. So, while he's been talking, by the way, he's been, like, taking a little kind of, like, handkerchief and putting it on the floor. He then places your glasses on top of the handkerchief and steps on them, grinding the glass. He then will pick up the handkerchief, now filled with bits of broken glass. What's her name?
Her name is Ariel.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Just let me double check one thing before you do.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a deception check.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh.
See, the thing is, Aegis, you've lied to me so many times now, I just don't believe you. And it's rude to lie. He has, at this point, like, put the kind of handkerchief so that his palm is on the back of it, and he will just slap you across the face, and the broken glass that's still stuck to it strikes against your face, and some of it embeds into your face. You're going to take a single point of damage from that.
Oh, that was the final straw. How dare he do that to me?
Now you can have a name.
So, how do you want to die?
Preferably of old age.
Well, maybe if we keep you alive for long enough, we could arrange that.
Right.
Taka, give me one more of those potions, and while you're at it, the green root, if you please.
Do I know what that is?
Well, you do recognize it as she pulls it out of the bag of holding. She hands him a acid dew root.
Oh no.
So, this is your final opportunity to play nice. Again, we're gonna kill you, it's just how painfully. I either give you this potion, which means that I can ask you some more questions but prolong your suffering, or I shove this down your throat, he says, gesturing at the acid dew, which he is wearing a glove for, before you try and, like, snipe me.
Yep.
And that will probably be an excruciating death.
Okay. I mean, I do have one question. Are you going to believe anything else that comes out of my mouth?
That is a very difficult question for me to answer, Aegis. And you've not been very honest with me, so why would I be honest with you?
Fair enough.
Red or green?
Oh no. The goddamn pills. Which one am I taking?
Enter the Matrix, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna... Fine. The person you're looking for name is... It's Sealer, and I will use that, but try and use the same infection I've done every other time to make it sound like I'm just still lying.
Okay. Roll me a
I
deception
only want
check.
to
then.
roll. Deception? Oh, baby. It's been going so well that other times... I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
I'm really holding out hope here.
You're holding out for a hero.
Oh, fuck my life.
Okay. Good. Her name's Zila. And he will force the potion down your throat. Right then, as you're like recovering from the potion being forced down your throat and you're recovering 9 hit points,
Hey!
you hear the guy who is posed as a homeless man whistle. And everyone will look over at him. He's peering out of a window. And he says, "We've got people poking around. Is it them?" "She's with them." "Well, then it's time for us to meet Zila." He pats you on the cheek and will get up. "Corvin, just in case we don't make it, break him." Corvin, the guy who was beating you before, simply clicks his knuckles at that.
Now, come on, we can be civil about this.
Okie dokie. Bear with me 1 second. Zila, Sorrows, the Ruined, and Kypheria. You will arrive.
Okay, so do I see everything my character sees?
Well, you can't see inside the building.
Okay. because there is a window there. That's why.
I'd say the pillar's probably blocking that, but you can see like a cluster of people. So how can you see through that window?
It's just line of sight.
I know, but like the way the window was set up means that you shouldn't have been able to see through it from that far away. Oh, I forgot to put windows on this building. That's why.
It's just a gap.
Yep, that will be why. You can see perfectly straight through it. I can very quickly fix that.
Definitely not here, guys. You should go south. That's when they took me.
I can't be bothered to put windows everywhere, but that would be the level of visibility you would be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to quickly respawn Aegis. I'm going to respawn Aegis and make it so that you can no longer spectate him. Just in case he moves around and what have you. Okay, yeah, so what have you guys done? You are currently, have walked through kind of the city streets to get to the docks district. Basically, you are on a raised cobblestone like path, and like essentially this then has a ramp that goes down to the dock district, which is lower than the rest of the city essentially.
How far down is it?
If you wanted to jump over the wall, it'll be about a 40-foot drop.
Oh,
14?
fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Can we look over this railing though?
Yeah.
Is this okay? That woke it, I guess. I suppose I would be looking out for like a cart, roughly the size of the one that we saw the tracks of. Would I see anything of that sort?
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Go.
With an 18, you cannot see a cart, however you can see the tracks of a cart that lead up to this door and then move on. Like, you can see that like they went off the cobblestone path onto the mud slightly and then went back onto the cobblestone path.
As we are walking, I'm gonna stop and I'm just gonna take my robes and mask off and put it back in my backpack. I don't want to ruin them.
Okay.
What about the garlic?
The garlic can stay on, just in case there is a vampire.
Just in case there is a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And I will also shank myself in the feet.
Okay.
Just casually walking around.
Yeah.
Burning swords. Yeah. Cool.
I mean, this is basically a lawless place.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not.
Sorry, one other thing I completely forgot to mention.
Oh, thanks, Pete.
What?
I don't know. It's going to be something bad.
Yeah, there's a sign over this ship dock warehouse.
Which says?
Forven Shipping and Exports.
What? Am I
Oh.
supposed to...
Forven Shipping and Exports.
Oh. Interesting.
Something that Alex is picking up that I'm not.
Yeah, neither. Probably something to do with him. I don't know.
Look at Aegis's name.
Oh.
You don't have to. None of you guys know my last name anyway, so...
Fair enough.
You really shouldn't be. No, you don't have to do that, man. It's all good.
I don't know if you're on max inspiration ruined, but if you're not, have an inspiration point for being a smart boy.
Thank you.
Or for being the not dumb one.
Look, it's not necessarily smart on the global scale, it's on the scale of players, okay?
Yeah. Either way, I mean... Okay, I'll ask Callum directly. Would you have... would you told us your last...
No.
Just because it never came up, or because you chose not to?
No, anytime my name has come up, I've just said Aegis.
Okay. Either way, I will point to this thingy, because, I mean, there's no direct reason why the card would have made, a little, detour onto the mud, right?
Yeah, unless
there's no...
Yeah, unless,
block
they
there.
had to, steer out of the way or anything, but yeah, you can't see any obvious reason.
Okay, I'll continue. Well,
I'm also just gonna spend my liberation point already to activate my chains.
Okay. Y'all could pause there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is also surprisingly quiet for like a port in the morning. It's like,
Man, I just couldn't be bothered to fill it with commoner tokens. All right,
oh, but there are people around here.
probably. Like it's
Okay,
it's not completely dead, but it's not
Okay.
that busy either.
Oh, okay. I figured like this was just the way it was supposed to.
All right, you can continue moving.
Who are those people up there? I've never seen them in my life.
You can pause again for me.
Yeah.
Continue. Hello, dearie. Do you want some squash? There's an old lady behind this cart.
Beat her up.
The ruined you're
Roll for
stood
initiative.
there with your bloody chains hanging from your wrists.
No, thank you, madam.
Oh, okay. You can tell that she's got deep cataracts and can't really see you.
You have a wonderful day now.
Oh, you too, and enjoy your little dog walk.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Sora starts barking.
I mean, look, man, you hear a chain trailing on the ground. What are you gonna expect it to be?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can continue on. The good news is, Aegis is definitely not currently dying while this is going on, right?
Never.
Continue on.
As I round the corner, do these people, because they're armed, obviously, right?
They don't have the weapons out, but they do have them. Actually, no, tell a
They're-
lie, sorry. One of them would have their weapon out, which is the guy whose weapon is out on the token art. He has a mace
And they're-
swung over his shoulder.
And they're better armed than basically anyone around here.
Yeah. Why did you just take an extra 3 points of damage?
Because my max is 31 and I took 5 points of damage. You only
had
took
10.
away 3.
You had 10 hit points.
Oh, did I?
Yep, give yourself 3 hit points back.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Can't remember why you had 10 hit points, but everyone had 10 hit points at the end of the journey, so...
Actually, with that, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I roll perception. I just wanted to see if I could tell if these people are like hostile to us, how fixated they are on us. But I guess
with a
I
6
wouldn't be
perception, you're not sure.
able- Yeah. Okay.
But as you get down to the bottom of the ramp, you see them walking down the street, and they stop there. Greetings and salutations, calls out the guy in the turban.
Hello.
Do we know you?
No, I'm afraid you don't, but, well, I am hoping to just talk to some of you just for a moment. You see, we've been looking for you. He gestures to Zila. Yes, we've been looking for you. It's,
I think Discord just died. Hello.
Less talking.
Are we good?
you all good?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, he gestures at
Cut out
Zila.
that we've been looking for you.
Yeah, he gestures at Zila and says, "We've been looking for you," and then smiles and then says, "We've been looking for you." To the rest of you, it's well, hopefully we're going to be here as good Samaritans. Also, Samo, it looks like you've dropped out of Foundry, possibly.
Wait. Oh yeah, my.
Also,
What,
Pete, the
there
10
you
hit
go.
points came from
I'll just
the ruins carousing
Gotcha.
Oh, right. Cool.
during the journey.
You see, you're traveling with a dangerous person. And I'm hopeful, at least,
I'll draw my weapons.
that he chuckles to himself as you draw your weapons, that the rest of you aren't cultists of dusk. I'm hopeful that you're good, faithful men and women. Am I right?
Cut the shit. Who are you?
My name is Quinzel.
I mean, who do you work for?
I work for the Order of the Spear. Roll me a
May
religion
I
check.
roll? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Wait. Religion, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
With a 15 from Sorrows and an 18 from the Ruined, the Order of the Spear is essentially a paladin order to the followers of the Angel Spira. The Angel Spira is the angel of justice and law. She is also frequently portrayed as Dawn's right hand in the kingdom of Hestavar. So, you know, basically the second in command to the armies of good, in inverted commas. Yeah, they are basically paladins who believe in pure justice and law at all costs. Probably be lawfully good. And well, you're traveling with a cultist of dusk. So.
Did you have a hand in our friend Aegis going missing by any chance?
Well,
Of course
I
they do.
was looking to have a conversation with him, yes.
And how did that conversation go?
He unfortunately sided with the heretic.
And how
And
did you take
harm
that?
him?
We delivered Spira's justice.
With that, I'm going to take a step forward, and I want to throw my chain out to try and hit him.
Okay.
Can I react at
Um,
the same time? Or is that like only him move since he's starting? Which is fine. If
I'll
so.
tell you what, you can both roll me initiative, and whoever gets the higher initiative gets to make the first attack. Then it's no
No.
longer a surprise, I would say, is probably the best way to deal with it. So he's essentially...
Now,
He can go first. Like, if it's only one person, then he can do it. I would have just reacted to him. But yeah.
then you can still make an attack, it's just it won't be with advantage, but the ruin
Can
gets
I
advantage.
roll initiative to try and talk before they attack?
If you want to try and talk before they attack, then the attack's going to go off mid-word, essentially. If you want to try and stop the ruined from attacking, then you can roll initiative to try and, like, then do a opposed roll.
now, Pete, it's a shame that we can't have it because recording and Twitch. However, in my headcanon, the fighting music is going to be "I Need a Hero."
I'll just sing.
No, it's used too much in like movies and TV shows recently. We can't.
I don't care.
So, what is happening?
So if Tommy wants to try and stop you from attacking,
Oh,
that's
wait.
going to be opposed rolls. It's not going to be initiative. It's just going to be opposed rolls. Tommy's going to describe how he's going to try and stop you, and then
I'm not really sure how I can from this distance, so I'll
you can
probably just
move
let him
in and
do it.
try and block the attack.
Also,
Okay, then
I didn't realize Rob Brydon was with the Paladins. hanging out at the back of him there.
That doesn't look at all like Rob Brydon, but okay.
I think it looks like Rob Brydon.
He's got a fucking emo haircut. What are you talking about?
It looks more like a hood to me.
He's got a hood on as well, and then he's got the emo haircut.
Well, I'm on about his face, not his hair.
Yeah. Hang on.
Do you
I
need me
think
to
I
roll
have
initiative?
to.
I would like you to roll initiative as well, but obviously combat hasn't started just yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
And just to confirm, so Soros, you're not going to try and get in the middle of this. You're just going to let it happen, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's much I could do.
Okay.
Okay, then I will try and attack him first.
Make him dead. That's dead.
That'll hit.
Are we back?
I think so.
I didn't
Am I
notice
still
anything
foundry?
drop out.
Oh,
No,
you're
yeah,
not
I
in Foundry.
dropped out.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I just saw Alex frozen like the guy from The Shining when he's frozen. I just said I will say that I'll look left when it looks like the Ruined and Zila are gonna attack, and I'll say don't kill.
Okay, the ruin does not react. Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't kill murder. I love murder.
I'll do damage anyway, but he needs to roll a dex saving throw against a 14.
He succeeds in
Then-
saving throw.
Okay, then he just takes 8 damage in total then.
Okay. And then we're going to roll initiative because you got one attack off because they were ready for action essentially. So
Yeah.
I saw some nat 20s in that initiative. One from me and one from Alex, I think.
Yep.
Wait, am I re-rolling initiative again, or?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. The Ruined, you go first.
Okay. Right, well, fuck it, I'm going in for that again. Okay, so first attack.
That will miss.
Yep.
Also, a reminder to do targeting and such like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, and then what else can I do? Yeah, and then I'll use bonus action to cast Hex on that guy.
Okay.
I did target him. I don't know why it's no longer targeted.
Yeah, I think you double targeted.
Oh,
Until spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. Also choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability.
checks. I'll go for dexterity.
Okay. Okay. Now your turn.
Yep.
Zelo, your turn.
I did wanna, because you did say I have like one action, if that's fine. Just wanna activate my twos. That's what I would have done as my one free action.
Okay.
And then I would like to use Night Terror on this person.
Okie doke.
Bing. So it's a DC 14 Wisdom save.
They fail.
I'll
Yeah, now frightened.
walk a little bit to the right, and then I'll throw both my. Actually, yeah. Throw both my drums. If I find them. Boom. That's crazy. It's a 9.
Yep. It's not a 9, it's
But I got a +2 because Night Terror and stuff.
oh, sorry, I was not used to failed rolls showing up, so it showed up as red and I read that as a nat 1, but it's because you missed. Not because it was a nat 1. Red used to just mean nat 1. A 9 will miss though, yeah.
Okay. And a 18.
An 18 will hit.
Will. That's 9 plus 13 damage.
Okay. Are you done?
Palm. Yep.
Okay. Quinzel's turn. He is going to run up. And he's going to try and attack you, the Ruined.
Mm-hmm.
He missed.
Good, good.
Where's this music from again?
Pretty sure this is
Oh, yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
bro. I feel like I've said that like at least 3 times now, and all 3 times it was BG3. Crazy.
Okay. He is going to target Sorrows with a crossbow. A 15 will hit you. It's nice, by the way, it now tells me your AC, so I know when it hits you or not, so I don't have to ask anymore. I don't have to be like, does a nat 20 hit you anymore? Because, like, it tells me.
That's nice.
I might still be facetious and ask you anyways, though. You
Quality
take
of life.
8 points of damage from that Sorrows, and then that's his turn. Cool. Poison's turn now. He is going to target you, Zila.
Yup.
Die, you heretic. He will miss.
Dab.
Okay.
Sure. She can't willingly move closer to me.
She can't willingly move closer to you. You're absolutely right. I was just thinking about her trying to get into that 15 feet of range. Okay. She can't do fuck all.
Though I will. I mean, it's up to you, really. If she doesn't know where I am. I know I kind of shoot myself in the leg for that, but I mean, if she doesn't see me, is she actually moving, like, knowingly moving closer?
I'm going to say she can't move closer regardless.
Okay.
She knows roughly where you are. Okay. Aegis. You are tied to the pillar still, and this guy in the intervening period has walked over here and is looking at a bunch of tools that are like hung on this pillar and just going, which one do I fancy playing with? There's like hammers and pitons there and such like. What would you like to do?
Can I try and escape from my bonds?
How would you like to try and escape from your bonds?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking
You can try and just like brute force them.
Um.
Or if you can think
Yeah.
of something else that you want to do specifically, then we'll work out what that role would be.
Fuck. Can't exactly cast mending on the rook.
Not sure that would work because the rope is intact.
Hmm. 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 Whoops! I accidentally clicked it. Oops.
That's fine.
Apologies.
It's a trip.
Did you watch Undead Unlock, Callum?
Yeah,
You need the rule unmend.
I do. Oh. I'm not really sure what I can do in this scenario. Okay, I'll try and brute force it.
Okay, that'll be a strength check then.
Just standard strength, yeah?
Yep.
Well, I've been rolling so good tonight, so I'm sure this is going to work.
Come on, Hulk strong. Oh, Hulk not strong.
Hulk not strong! Hulk not strong!
Got any inspiration?
No! I've used all my inspiration.
Okay. That'll be your action. You got a bonus action. Tommy, did you message me at some point tonight and then delete the message?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I
Um,
just was very confused why I got a Discord notification from you, and then last time we talked was like 4 days ago.
Oh, whose alarm was just going off?
Mine.
Oh, that noise.
Wakey, wakey, it's time for school. Are you ready for school?
Right, you said that my wrists are tied but not my hands.
Yeah.
And it's on a beam, right?
Yeah, you're essentially tied like that, but with your hands behind you and the pillar in between your back
Right.
and your hands, essentially.
Okay. Oh god. I wonder if this is gonna work.
Do some Fire Force shit, but with your hands.
I'm going to attempt to shimmy myself around the post.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'm that side of the post instead.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna say,
Car-
if you try and roll a stealth check right now, you're not gonna succeed.
Damn! Lose my plan all along. No, I can't cast anything else because it's an action to cast. So, I guess I'm just gonna sit here right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be my turn. Kind of sucks that I use my action to try and break out. But there you go.
Them's the break sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorrow, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
Alex,
Engi,
Hmm?
you forgot the potion.
I know I did. I know.
Just
And now I
let you know.
don't. I know, and now I don't want to waste any actions just taking one because I can't do anything else then.
You silly
Oh.
fucking boy.
I did have it in mind. I was hoping I'd get a chance to do it before like we bumped into them, so I'd have it active for when I first attacked. But yeah, didn't work out that way.
And then I'm gonna use my claws.
Okay. A 17 will hit. Nice. And then a 20 will also hit. Doing another 5. You are doing the thing you used to do as Grey, and you're spamming your attacks far too quickly for me to keep up with
Yeah.
doing the damage.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Holy shit!
I'm
How
trying
many
to-
attacks you get?
Trying to click
3.
things, and then when you post a new thing, it just pops it up. I'm like, oh, there's my button. Cool. That third attack also hits. He gets 3 attacks with his claws because he's essentially dual wielding, and then he can attack with a bonus action as well.
Oh shit, this is some sick shit.
Cool. He's still alive, but you have indeed savaged him.
Nice. That's me.
Okay.
Wait, do you get an extra attack when you dual wield?
No,
Is it
it's
bonus action?
because of my claws.
Oh, because you're using claws, you get 2 attacks, and then on top of that, because you're dual wielding, you get the bonus action. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Kefira just got a nat 20.
Ooh, goddamn!
Get it.
She does 10 points of damage to this guy.
Hell yeah, we'll take that.
And with her offhand, she'll attack with her short sword. And that will also hit.
The beast.
Dealing another 5 points of damage. Cool. Do you know what a bosun hook is? He says. He's not looking over at you, but he kind of clearly is talking to you, Aegis.
I happen to not have the slightest.
Let me introduce you to it, he says, and he picks up a hook. Bosun hook is used to basically pull a boat closer to a dock. It's a big hook on the end of a pole.
You sure you don't want to have a second opinion?
No, I think I'm good, he says, looking up and down. That will be his turn.
Shit.
The Ruined, your turn.
Is there enough space in between this guy and Kytheria for me to stand?
What? Here, essentially?
Yeah,
Yeah, if I feel I can just shift around a little bit, that's fine.
cool. Then I'm going to try and whack this guy.
Okay. 18 will hit.
Cool.
Cool, how would you like to kill him?
I mean, I'm just gonna roll the Crimson Right and Hex damage anyway, just to see what I would have got. So yeah, I basically just swing my chain up into the air and whip it down so that it wraps around his torso, and basically all this sort of purple hex energy starts just releasing around him as the flames sort of engulf him upwards. So it's just this purple fiery haze that just starts just burning him to a crisp.
Cool. Sorrows. He's not been left alive.
And as he goes up, and then I turn to this one.
I'm gonna look at the ruined and say, "Don't be a fool."
Again, not paying attention. My eyes just have no if you look into my eyes, there is no sort of I'm gone. Yep, and then second attack will be on this guy. Oh wait, is it a bonus action to move my hex?
It
Or
might
is it
be,
just
I think it is, but I'll double check. Or if you're double checking, then we're both double checking. Oh, that's cool. In your spellbook, when you're concentrating, it has a little symbol hovering over the spell to show you
Oh
that
yeah.
you're concentrating on it. You can
Oh,
use
yeah,
a
it
bonus
is a
action on a
bonus
subsequent
action.
turn of yours to curse a new. So also it'd have to be next turn anyway. So you might
Oh,
as well
right,
use your bonus
okay.
action now.
Yeah, I'll hit him then.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, that is my turn.
Zila, your turn.
Just to clarify, can I would this work without provoking an attack opportunity, or would I have to
It
make
would
a?
work, but it would be an acrobatics check to kind of dive
Yeah. Okay.
between the pillar and the lumber pile.
Yeah, that works. Wait, I'll make the acrobatics check first. Find it. There. Okay.
Yep, that's fine. You do a cool little parkour move where you
Hell yeah.
put one hand on the pillar, one hand on the lumber pile, and just don't even know what that move's called, but where you put your legs through and vault essentially.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. At least. Okay. And I'll throw. Yep, I'll throw both my buttons.
Okay.
Baby.
Okay.
That's 9.
Yep.
11 then. Because of the +2
Yeah, that's fine.
attack.
That
That's
one will
a
miss.
10.
Still miss.
Actually, I'll actually take.
A 16 will hit.
Deal. Damn, that's abysmal damage. 9 damage.
Okay. That your turn?
Yep.
Okay, this guy's gonna target Kytheria. That'll hit. Just take 6 points of damage from that. And then his second attack will also be on Kytheria. Accidentally just applied the dodge action to you. I didn't mean to do that, Ruined.
Oh,
It's alright, I'll take it off as well.
Bro's weeding.
I do be dodging.
14 will also hit Kytheria. And she'll take another 5 damage on top of that. I see. There we go. I did it. I'm a champion. Okay, token's being a bit annoying and constantly selecting the ruined instead of the token I'm actually trying to select. There we go. He's going to target you, the ruined, and does the 21 does hit you.
It does.
You take 8 points of damage.
Damn. I need to roll a. Oh yeah, concentration. It even comes up. God
Yep.
damn.
Go do.
Incredibly.
It plays itself.
You don't even need a dungeon master anymore. Just fire me.
Yes.
I lose hex.
Okay.
Damn.
So you can go into your spellbook, I believe, and click stop concentrating.
Can I do it from here? Oh no, I'll probably have to go in.
Okay, and then his second attack. I accidentally just applied the disengage thing to you, for fuck's sake. It's like being really annoying that because you're like overlapping each other slightly, it just keeps on like changing at the last second to being selecting you. It's a little quirk I'm having at the moment. It's fine. He rolled a nat 1 there, but he's got advantage from flanking, so 7 points of damage.
Oof.
Okay. Aegis, your turn.
Okay. I don't even know I'm going to be able to break out. So you know what I'm going to try?
What are you going to try?
Now that my hands are in the direction of my captor, I'm going to try and cast a spell at him.
Okay. If you're going to try and target the captor, I'm going to give you disadvantage because you can't see him while you're doing this.
Oh, God. Roll to try and break out, get disadvantage on a spell.
Could you use a spell to break out?
No. Not really, no. I mean, I could, but it's really risky.
Okay.
Ah, fuck it, I'm a gambling man. Okay, I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try and cast it at my bonds.
Okay.
At the root. Don't know what kind of roll you want me to make for that, but...
Cast Firebolt, and I guess with disadvantage.
Alright then.
Okay,
Fuck
well,
my
you're going to
life.
hurt yourself in the process, but roll damage.
Okay, cool.
Cool. You take 4 points of damage as you shoot a firebolt basically into your own wrists. You kind of do the gesture of the fingers to like trigger the firebolt, and you basically burn. You can feel it spreading up your arms. It's painful, but it doesn't like ignite your clothing. However, Rope has a hit points of 2. So you are no longer bound.
Hey!
You kind of fall forward, and obviously you also hear this guy turn around because he heard the firebolt just go off. What would you like to do? Still got your movement and bonus action.
My bag's over here, right?
Your bag is over here, however, your herbalist sickle was left on the anvil here.
Yeah, But, so, bag and all my possessions are left there, or just my bag?
Your bag of holding and all other items would be left on that table. The only thing that's not left on the table is sickle here.
Okay, what to do, eh? Ah, fuck it, I'll go for my sickle.
Okay, you grab your sickle.
I guess that's my turn.
Okay. Zara, it's your turn.
Yep. Gonna go Hmm. Bear with.
You alright?
You're here. Undo my claws.
Like your legal clause?
Yeah.
A 19
Yeah,
will hit.
I'm serving him.
He's been served.
I don't. No, never mind. Don't know why I was gonna roll crit. I didn't crit. Ready for next?
Yes. That will hit. Very nice. He is still up. Ready for the next. That one will miss.
Damn.
That your turn?
Yeah. I'll state again. Don't kill.
Roll me a persuasion check for Kytheria.
Yikes.
With advantage, you've got a pretty good relationship with her at this point.
Fuck's sake.
Well, sorry. She's in survival mode, I'm going to say. And survival mode means that she's not really worried about, you know, pulling her, pulling back, sort of thing. She misses with her rapier. She got a nat 1 with her short sword. Well, the thug is going to move over to Aegis with his bosun hook. He's going to try and attack you with it.
Okay.
But a 9 will miss.
Well, indeed.
He takes one wide swing of it and it goes completely past you. And a 13 will also miss. Again, both swings are incredibly wide, and you realize that he is using a weapon that he is not really proficient with. And, you know, he was planning to just, like, painfully beat you up while tied to a post. Now he's probably wishing he'd grabbed a hammer or something, because, yeah, not his cup of tea.
Okay.
The Ruined, your turn.
Okay. Well, kind of don't like the fact that this guy just hit me for so much damage. So I'm gonna hit him back.
Whoa. That'll hit.
Plus 1d4. Oof.
Great.
And then second attack.
That will also hit.
Nice. Plus 1d4.
Great. That your turn?
Yep.
Zila, your turn.
Did I hear the firebolt from where I am currently?
Probably not, you're pretty far away.
Okay. What's up, gamer? Actually, I can reach her. Whoop.
Alright.
That's 11 damage.
Okay. That'll hit.
That's 6 damage.
Okay, how do you kill her?
I'll probably just super quickly run in here, like just, I don't know, cut off her head, and then immediately, like, basically in the same motion, I turn around and, like, go to leave the room again. Basically just like a little drive-by.
Okay. The Fug's turn then. He is living that Fug life. He's going to turn around and attack the Ruined.
Why?
He rolled a nat 1 and a 2 with his advantage.
That's impressive.
Good.
He completely misses that attack. And then he will follow it up with a second attack. This time on Sorrows. That will miss. The other Thug's turn. He will hit with 20. And you will take 5 points of damage from that Ruined.
Ow.
And then his second attack. Will also hit. You take another 5 points of damage.
Oh.
You still up?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. Aegis, your turn.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to use Booming Blade.
Okay.
Oh, for some reason there's an area on Booming Blade.
Yeah, when you hit a creature within 5 feet of you. I mean, you can just not place the measure template if you don't want to, but...
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but there you
I
go.
guess it's to show you who's within 5 feet of you.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm gonna take my attack with my herbalist sickle. Oh, sorry. I clicked it 3 times by mistake.
Okay.
Oh.
You swing completely wide, and in your injured state as well, like, you know, you're not swinging well, and you're not a melee combatant normally anyways. So you end up staggering completely past him and almost falling as you kind of go down this little drop onto the ramp below.
Oh. You sure you want to fight me? It doesn't sound like your friends are having a good time out there.
We'll kill the Night Warrior and you.
Oh, okay.
I just won't be able to make it slow like I'd planned.
Mm.
Okay. Is that your turn, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. Back to the old claws.
That'll hit. Cool. He is down.
I will move then. I don't want to kill, by the way.
Okay.
You slice his jugular in a non-lethal way.
I don't have to slice his jugular.
Your infernal touch just
jeez.
switches it.
Wait. Tommy, are
Yeah.
you raging right now?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Why?
I'm pretty sure you can't knock people unconscious when you're raging.
I don't think that's said in the rage.
You regen.
I might be thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Sorry, it might just be me thinking about something else.
Yeah, it doesn't mention anything.
Phew.
It'd be so funny if he's like, "Don't kill."
Yeah,
Don't kill, I'm
'cause
so
I
fucking
want
pissed
it.
right now. Rips him in
Yeah.
half.
Oh shit!
The Ruined, you killed what I told you not to kill. That makes me so angry.
Ah, rips person in half. Fuck! Look what you made me do, Ruined! Now I have to kill them all!
All right, there we go.
I'll go for this one. It's that 20, baby.
It is indeed. Okie doke. That will also hit.
Oh, okay.
Health does this fucker have?
After the nat 20, he had 1 hit point left.
Oh,
Yeah, you got.
I don't want to kill him either.
Okay. That your turn?
Yeah, I'll say to Kytheria and the Ruined, go help Aegis. I'll tie these two up.
Okay.
Nyferia will then take her turn. Then she will cunning action to dash. And then she will use her action to dash. Good old rogues and their movement. Bugstone.
Please be gentle.
Okay. 21 hit you?
Yeah. But why?
Could have just told them, man. Take 3 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, just should have told them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd given them what they wanted, none of this would have happened, for sure.
Yeah.
And then a 22 will hit you.
Yeah.
You take 1 point of damage. Okay, the Ruined, your turn.
okay. Well, I'm probably not going to be any good in this state, so I am first going to. Ooh. No, I'll save my potion of greater healing. I'll just
Got
take
one of
the
greater
normal one.
healing? What
Yeah, he found
Yeah.
one. Can't remember where, but he did find one.
I think it was the lake that I took some of, and
You
you were
are
just like,
absolutely
"Oh, I'll
right.
just give you the greater one."
Yeah, yeah.
the... Oh, right.
And then I shall away.
You've rotated your token, you fool! You fool of a took.
And that will be my turn.
Okie doke. Zila, your turn.
Da-ba-da-ba-da.
You You realize, by the way, you've just decapitated this body in someone's house.
Yep.
Okay.
I was wondering where Zila was this entire time.
I was chilling.
Trying to lure him into a trap where his thing makes it so that the person he targets can't move closer to him willingly, and also can't see more than 15 feet. So what I had to do was try and build a trap where Zila would come within 15 feet, so that then this person could attack. But you know, Zila got the kill off before they could.
Dead.
complete
That's
their plan.
me.
Okay, thugs are unconscious. Aegis, your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself. That's all I can do in this scenario. I don't want to go down. So...
Okay, you regain 5 hit points.
And that's my... Wait, am I prone or am I...
No.
standing? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, that'll be it then.
Oh, my vape made a little heart in the air. That's cute.
What?
So anyway...
Okay, now your turn.
Yeah.
Sorrows, your turn.
I'm gonna tie these guys up.
Okay, that'll be a sleight of hand check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for both of them, that's totally fine. I will say it takes a full round action for both of them, though, so
Yeah, fair.
do one of them one turn, one of them next turn. Okay, she will bonus action dash, get to the lock, try and push the doors, or slide the doors open, and then you'll hear her say, "Fuck! It's locked!" And she will use her fuse tools to try and pick the lock, but that is going to be her action doing that, so... She rolled a 5.
Ooh, fuck. Why you do this to me?
It should be Callum's line.
Surely she hasn't.
Yeah, I'd like to call this episode Aegis gets the short end of the stick.
Speaking of the short end of the stick, he tries to hit you with it. He misses, though.
He just getting fucked.
But a 20 will hit you.
Oh yeah, no, that'll work. Yeah.
Okay. Take 4 points of damage. Back to the Ruin's turn.
Okay. Ooh. I run.
And I ran so far away. It's Zila's turn.
Can I just yeet through this window? Just
It would be an acrobatics check, and you'd also have to be able to do the damage to be able to break the glass. Which you probably would be able to. Glass is not particularly resilient, but...
yeah, I'd like body check the glass, like just
Yeah, that's fine. It's just if you don't manage to do enough to break the glass, you'll just bounce off of it, which would be pretty funny.
Okay, yeah, I'll try. So acrobatics first.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough?
14's probably enough, yeah.
Cool. What do I roll?
Roll me just an unarmed attack, basically.
Unarmed. No, where? Oh, yes. Well. Oh, yeah, wait. Maybe I should roll for damage. 2.
2 is exactly the amount of HP that glass has.
Sick.
That will count as your action, though, diving through.
Yeah. I still have like 15-ish. I can't go through.
Yeah,
I just
it's fine.
yeah.
Okay, you hear Zila smash through glass.
Okay. And I will use my Terral on him. Bing bong.
Okay.
What happens if they are within 15 feet of Zila?
No,
It's
they
just
Does
they
anything
can't
happen?
see anything. Like
Oh, they can't see anything.
They
They go
they
completely
can only
blind.
see 15 feet far. Anything
Right.
else is just complete darkness. If
Yeah,
I
so-
am close to them, they can see me though.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool, he's frightened.
Got you on. Okay.
That your turn?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Aegis, your turn.
Oh, hey, look. That's Zila.
Not that he can see me. Can he see me?
No, he can't. You're
He can't.
20 feet away.
Okay, what the fuck am I doing in this situation? Yeah, I'm gonna cast Booming Blade once again.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's worked out so well for me this time. Cool. Great. It's herbalistical time, baby.
That's a nat 20.
Baby.
Hell yeah.
The beast.
Okay, so it's 6 damage, or 2 plus whatever it is. Oh wait, no, crits are just another die, aren't they?
Yeah, so just roll
Yeah.
another d4 on top of that.
Whoopsie. There you go then. So 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yep. Okay.
So he's now also
How do you like
booming
to do this?
bladed. How do I like to do this?
Because the booming blade is going to kill him, guaranteed.
It's not, because booming blade at the moment only does the extra damage if he moves.
Which he will run away from you.
Yeah. I'm just going to say that you will kill him with this attack, basically, because it's better for like cinematic reasons as well.
Okay, so basically he's wearing heavy armor, right?
He is wearing leather armor, actually. No.
Oh, leather armor. Okay then, so I will imbue the sickle with the booming blade, so it goes all thundery. Insert thunder effect there, I guess. And it'll be a low swing, so I'll hit him in like sort of the ribcage area, but with the sickle, it just sort of goes right into like a lung.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boom do indeed proc. And then yeah, I just sort of kick him into the anvil, releasing the sickle.
Okay. As you do, blood sprays from his like chest and abdomen area onto you. Because that is your first melee kill, I believe, in the entire campaign.
That is.
And it is also the
Dang.
session after you were talking to, and these words ring through your head with Kypheria about the fact that you'd probably eventually have to kill someone.
Yep.
Poetic.
I think this is also a good time to just sort of collapse on the floor from exhaustion.
Yep, as he falls into the anvil and his body starts setting on fire.
You
Can I-
finally done it, Pete.
I know it's not my turn, but can I like try and like as a reaction, try and catch him? That I even roll if that's
Combat's over,
bad.
so if you want to catch him, go for it.
Hell yeah, I'll do that, and I'll instantly pour like the health potion I have into his mouth. He's had too many of those.
Yeah, thank God it's not Star Wars where you can only like
Yeah,
use
man,
one of them a
Jesus.
day.
That is how do I roll 2 1s? Potion's gone bad.
Ah, Zila. We were just talking about you.
If you ever run off flow again.
I'm not arguing.
Can you stand?
Yeah, I can stand.
I'll help him walk, and well, I suppose we can just open the door from this side.
Yes. Also bear with me.
Okay, Furious they're like, come on.
As you open the door, Kypheria will kind of like lean past you, but like in quite a hurried manner to just check that Aegis is okay, and sees him like, you know, staggering over to presumably go collect his bags.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna sit on the stool.
Oh yeah, I would have helped him.
Okay.
Go there then.
The Ruined you can
Oh,
also get
yeah.
here at this point, because you were running as well.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Zara's you're tying up a body, so.
Yeah.
Just in general, I'll help him. Like he probably doesn't have like. Does Aegis even wear armor?
Hang on one sec.
No, Aegis is clothing, I believe, aren't you?
No, I'm wearing armor. I'm wearing studded leather.
Okay.
Did he have that on during the combat, or was that off?
I assume it was on them.
Okay. Well, I'll still help him equip whatever. Help him gather his stuff.
At one point, you probably like put the sickle down on the table so you can like deal with your bag and what have you more so, Aegis. At a certain point, as the adrenaline starts to cool down and like, you know, things stop pulsing in your ears, you look at the sickle and think, you know, this is, for you, so far it's been a symbol of a thing that gave you like peace and tranquility. That being, you know, following in your mother's footsteps. And now it is coated in a man's blood. And maybe the thought crosses your mind, but maybe you dismiss it as just, you know, being an intrusive thought that isn't really who you are. But part of you for just a moment thinks that all of this happened because of her. The woman stood next to you.
I'm gonna sort of just stare off into the distance. Just my hands trembling.
Okay, I'll put like a hand on his shoulder and ask, "You okay?"
I'll French a bit. So, I've been through a lot.
Most of his injuries aren't actually visible anymore, right? they've like fixed themselves mostly.
I mean, he's clearly still injured, but like he doesn't have a hole
Yeah,
above
but-
his kneecap anymore.
Yeah,
He does
exactly.
have
There-
like
there's
cuts in his
still-
face. His ear obviously is. He is. You notice now that like one of his ears is like completely cut off at the top, and he is wearing that earlobe round his neck like a necklace.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't just torture this guy; they savaged him.
I'll cut like a piece of my like fine cloak off, and like I'll wrap it around like his head, kind of like to stop his ear from pissing blood, basically.
Oh, it's no longer bleeding.
Yeah, the wounds are
bushes right
closed. They
afterwards.
just look very fresh,
Yeah.
I'd assume.
Okay.
Yeah, so essentially, if you think of it like this, when a potion of healing gets applied or like basic healing magic gets applied, it seals the wound and gets it either to a scabbing or a scar point, but it doesn't like stop scarring
Okay.
from happening. So
Okay.
Hello, sorry.
it's all right.
Hello.
At this point, by the way, Sorrows, you would have finished tying up the bodies. If you want to like continue staying with the bodies, that's completely fair. But obviously, if you did want to head up to the rest of the group, you can also do that.
Yeah, I'll drag the alive ones to the rest of the team. In the actual hangar bit.
You stay here. I got check something out. Can I go back and see what the fancy guy had on him, basically? See if he had like any orders, any information, basically on.
That isn't burned completely to a crisp.
That is a good point. I'll still see what I can salvage, I guess.
Okie doke.
Are both of those still alive?
Yeah, you kept
Yeah.
two people
Oh, damn.
alive.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily Tom managed to knock them down before I got another turn.
Roll for initiative.
Okay. Quinzel had on him a short sword, a hand crossbow, 20 crossbow bolts, and no orders that you can find.
Okay.
Sorry, is you going to move up to where the others are?
Ah, shit, yeah, that's where the tokens go up, and I assumed I went with them, sorry.
I don't move you. I can't even move your token if I wanted to.
Damn.
You moved me,
Independence.
Pete, emotionally.
Thank you. That's what I aim to do. Mostly breaking hearts. I'm not trying to like make you happy or make you laugh. It's purely just ruin my friend's week. That's what D&D is for.
You are very good at inciting pure hatred and rage, to be fair.
I mean,
Thank you.
you've certainly done a number on me, I'll say that much.
Thank you.
Do we close the door and wait for them to wake up? Question mark? Exclamation mark?
What was that?
Do we close the door and wait for them to wake up? Because they are knocked out currently, right?
Yeah, but I'm not waiting for them to wake up. We got loads of water here.
Wait, so you kept them
I'm
alive to
closing-
like...
I kept them alive to get information. I didn't keep them alive for good boy reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
I'm
why I
gonna
said wait for
drag.
them.
Yeah, no, we're not waiting. I'm dragging them over to the water.
Okay.
As you're doing that, Kypheri will just say, I know they said this district was largely lawless, but we did just have a full-blown, skirmish on the streets. Guards might be coming to investigate.
I don't doubt it.
So if we're about to have to hightail it out of here, have we got the information we need?
We will.
I meant about the other slaves. At that point,
No.
you'll reach the water.
I'm gonna dunk their heads in.
There you go, both gasp as they come to.
I would pick your next few words carefully, both of you. Information, now.
What sort of information do you want, Infidel?
How much do you know about the Night Warrior? Oh wait, no, I don't know about that yet, do I? Oh no, I do. Yeah, I do. How much do you know about the Night Warrior?
About them, or about her?
About her.
Her name? You pathetic scum of a friend, says the other one. Couldn't wait to give it up. We know everything.
Oh yeah. What's her name then?
Zila.
Can I roll perception and see if I see that his ear's been cut?
Yeah, sure. I'd say with an 11, it's fairly noticeable.
Alright. Well, I won't look at him sternly or anything.
What else do you know?
we know everything, man. We know where she's from. We know what she believes.
More specifically, how much did you know before you came here?
We knew that there were rumors going around of a night warrior who'd been reborn. The first one in over 3 centuries.
And how did you find her?
Your group's not exactly quiet. The attack in Ishtalo.
How big is your order?
You passed the religion check before, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
about
that
15.
it's like continent-wide at the very least. So the entirety of Terral. Not huge, but like there are, you know, elements of it all around, basically.
How many more are coming for her?
Well, if she keeps on the way she is, don't worry, she'll get herself killed, along with the rest of you infidels.
What do you mean by that?
We've grown past the need for cultists of dusk.
She's not done a thing to deserve this.
Really? If you ever wondered... Your friend said that you were all escaped slaves. You ever wondered why the Azamori captured her in the first place?
They don't need a reason.
Oh, but they do. And they had...
They are the true monsters of this world. Yet you waste your time on innocent men. Look at how you've savaged him.
Innocent men.
You speak as if you're any better.
We do what's necessary.
That makes 2 of us. And then I will drown them on that note.
Okay. You hold their heads below the water.
I want to come over just to watch.
And they both perish.
Nicely done.
We may have trouble.
That's an understatement.
How is Aegis?
He'll be okay. Is his ear still off, by the way?
I ain't exactly gonna glue it on.
Why not? Might work.
Don't have glue for starters.
Mend?
Body glue.
Men doesn't require.
Yeah, I'll
for
just
body
mend my
bits.
ear.
I'm gonna take the heads out the water. What weapons does the ruined have?
2 rapiers.
Yeah, at the moment
Rapiers.
I've still got my chains out though.
Yeah, so the chains are connected to the rapiers, but
Yeah.
May I borrow your rapier?
Sure. I'll sort of suck in the blood from my offhand rapier and pass it over to him.
I am going to then put 2 prick marks in the necks of these 2 with this rapier.
okay. That is a very cool idea. I'm going to say that it requires some sort of roll. I'm on the edge between deception and medicine, so I'm going to let you choose, and you can roll it with advantage, whichever one you pick. Because it's a cool idea.
Wait, what exactly is he trying to do? I don't.
He's putting 2 prick marks in the
That's
neck of each.
Double
Dead body.
fucking 5.
Okay, it might not stand up for someone who's an expert in such things, but nonetheless they do have 2 wounds in their necks. The main reason why it might not stand up is that the bodies have also been savaged, and if someone were to inspect the cause of death, they'd probably work it out as drowning with the stab marks added after death. So, like, someone who's, like, good at being a detective would be able to work it out. Your average person who comes across the bodies, you know, if a commoner finds them and what have you, they wouldn't have any idea. There's also the fact that they're in a room currently with a body that has been gutted and burnt. So, you know, there's that element too.
Well,
Which might not have been a
it's
vampire.
just signs of a struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that might have been a vampire. You can't see the pinpricks because of the burn.
No,
The burns.
100%. It's just...
Yeah.
What I will say is it doesn't match the portfolio of the other killings. Doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to, you know... Sherlock Holmes doesn't live in Hamon, you know? But,
Yeah.
like, again, a good
Thank
detective
fuck.
might... a good detective might be able to work it out. But, anyways. The double 5 was rough, though.
That was very rough. And then I'm gonna toss them out into the water.
Okay.
Is this the one who's burnt?
Yeah, he is still slumped over into the forge. And so, like, he's just in there. The top half of him still being burnt by the active forge.
Yeah. I'll pass the rune back his rapier.
Thank you. Interesting idea you've got there.
This vampire gets around.
So it appears.
So should we. We need to get out of here.
Yes. Well, better put my disguise back on.
Aye.
Aegis, like, I'll just start walking up and Aegis will just see me putting on these robes and this mask for the first time.
And no
Garlic's still around me, yeah.
Changed man.
Can you walk, Aegis?
I'll help.
I mean, it's I don't want to make it look like I don't want your help, Zila, but I don't accept it.
That's fine. I will at least try to help you. If you don't accept it, I don't need it.
I can walk.
Good. Are we all done here?
other
next to those.
business?
Did A just say something as well?
No, I just said I can walk, and I'm
No,
walking.
I thought you said something at the same time as Alex.
He's running.
Okay.
I said as Kypheria, where next?
Ah. Thinking maybe we should get out of town.
Kypheria looks out of the window here and says, there's a small fishing boat if we wanted to take that option. Probably wouldn't be a good idea to try and get to Ardmore with it, but
That's a good thought. I vote for the fishing boat.
Well, first I would like to try and find this vampire and kill it.
I'm aware, but that could spell danger for us. With the guards, not the vampire.
But there are innocents dying in this city. I cannot abide that.
We may save many more innocents if we don't get arrested.
You may leave, but I'm afraid I cannot.
you gonna take the vampire on your own?
If I have to.
And what about our people? We're on a time limit here.
They're already in Ardmore? I don't understand how we could possibly get in there and not find ourselves in greater trouble. We need an army to take that on. And as it stands, well, it does not stand. But there is good I can do here. Immediately.
Would you even know where to start looking for it?
Yes,
Sewers.
the sewers.
The sewers are an entire complex. You've ever been in one in the city? They're a maze.
Then I will search them until I find it. I have a knack for tracking such creatures.
Okay. Look, I'm not saying I don't agree with you that this is a thing that's worth doing, but you doing that puts the entire group at risk while you're doing it, especially if it takes more than a day. And if it doesn't take more than a day, Aegis can barely stand.
My thoughts exactly.
As I said, you may leave if you wish.
Zila, how are you reacting to all this?
I think I
Also,
would
sorry,
mainly just-
before people make a decision, I just want to be 100% abundantly clear about how I'm running this campaign. If y'all want to split the party, I'm game. You do what you think your characters would do in this scenario. Obviously, bearing in mind what's like the best story and everything like that. But like, if you're like categorically I would stay and someone else is like categorically I would leave, that's fine. So don't feel beholden to like try and keep the party together. If you're like, nah, I would leave the ruin to do his own thing, then, and like, vice versa as well.
I think I would mainly just see what kind of reaction comes out of Aegis,
Okay.
because he is like the most vulnerable right now. So I think I would just see what he would have to say. Or do, I guess.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
would you say it's a fair assumption now that time has passed of all this fun excitement that I would probably be in a very, very bad state of shock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with that, then I'm gonna stare at this lovely corpse that I've created.
Mm-hmm.
Hands trembling, and then tighten my fist to stop it. I'll grab this lovely necklace that I've been given with my ear and toss it into said blacksmith fire pit.
Thank God I don't have to make you a bloody item.
Thank God I don't need to have another rotting necklace of an ear. Yeah, this entire time they've been talking, I haven't listened to a word. I just sort of agree. Not to one of them. I just agree. Like, yeah, sure, that sounds good.
I need to take you somewhere where you can recover.
Yeah. Sure, that sounds good.
If you need to talk, we can. I know it doesn't feel like it now, but you did good here. I won't touch him, but I'll give him a nod and then gesture he'd follow me.
Okay.
Zila. What are you thinking?
I don't think we should split up. We're a small group as it is, and making the group even smaller just won't do anyone a favor.
I don't think we should split up either, but I need to get Aegis out of here. And honestly, I think the rest of us need to get out of here too. We're gonna have a lot of attention on us very soon.
We might. However, you have paid for rooms in this city.
I don't think that's very discreet.
We might be able to pay a little extra and forget the name.
I mean, we spoke to the guards right outside of that tavern. I know we were there. But I do not want to end up in chains again. Never again.
So at the moment, Sorrows is heavily leaning towards, at the very least, getting Aegis out, with a preference to not split the party. Zila's preference is to not split the party, but, you know, that potentially is not an option.
That is my main
here.
priority. What we do, yeah.
But that's
fine.
potentially not an option here, because the Ruined is hard stay and deal with the vampire. So Zila, or Sorrows, or the Ruined, where is the wiggle room here? Because at the moment you're at an impasse where Zila's like, I'm not going to let the party split, but the other two are kind of like, well, we're splitting up right now, so...
I mean, the Ruined fully intends just to go back to the inn and stay there for the night and then start hunting the vampire next day.
How many buildings are...
I mean, Pete, did this Order of Paladins technically have, like... I wouldn't say jurisdiction, but can they just go into a town and be like, this is a heretic, we can do what we want?
In character, you don't know that this is the Order of the Spear, like, they never gave you that name. Out of character, I'll tell you, absolutely not, no. They're a vigilante.
No, I was just...
So
yeah,
that's what the Ruined's thinking.
Like, for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. The Ruined rolled well to know what they're like. So, like, he's just like, well, you know, so fucking what? We're in the lawless part of town. Like, so for what we know, like, the guards don't know anything that we've done. And even if they did, like, these people literally tortured one of our own. And we've also made it look kind of like there may have been a vampire spawn around, which we're going to hunt. So the Ruin's just kind of like, well, I don't really see the issue. Like, there is a greater threat out there, and I want to handle it.
Besides, we are kind of working for the city as well, Kurt. Just because we did kind of get like a contract guard.
No contract, but yes, you have.
Yeah, but
You've
we have a
said that
deal,
you'd look into
basically.
it, and that if you do
Yeah.
get it, you'll get a reward. So like,
It's in their favor to at least let us do what we are here.
Yeah.
Like what we're staying for. So yeah, I think that's yeah. I would also prefer doing that, but
Bearing in mind, the only other witness around here is an old lady with cataracts that thought we were walking a dog. So
Well, we
I
don't
mean,
know that one. We don't know that one.
Mark.
This is a whole dock.
yeah, the
Also-
only house that you went into was empty, but
It's the lawless part of town. How many people are actually actively gonna go and seek out a guard? If this is probably somewhat daily.
Depends. That's it.
Down
This
here
is that
anyway.
we don't know on that. That's
I'm gonna do it this way. Either you can have your final arguments in character, or if no one has any final arguments, you can all tell me, and you can privately message me if you want to, what your decision is going to be, and then obviously I will then reveal what people are doing, and then if someone's like, well, I'm going to change my mind, then you can do that sort of thing. So, anyone have any final statements, final arguments before we take essentially a vote on what, not even a vote, just a what is that particular person doing?
I need no final things. I'm going to the inn.
Okay.
my say is that we go back to the inn. I don't think anything will happen here. We go back to the inn. We rest up. Aegis gets better, and then I go hunting for the vampire if nobody else wants to. But Aegis is in no condition to go on a boat trip right now anyway.
Anyone else have any arguments?
I'm purely just going where Aegis is going.
Okay. Aegis, you just said that you wanted to go to the tavern, obviously before Soros did say that he was going to try and get you away from here.
Yeah, I just want to go rest. I don't care where.
So, do you let Soros lead you, or do you try and, like, direct him to the tavern?
If he's gonna lead me, then he'll lead me. Sounds
Originally, you said you were going to lead him, Soros, so where are you leading him?
I'll say to him, a night at the tavern, or do you need to get out of here?
good. I'm tired, Soros. I just want to rest.
Let's get you to the tavern.
Okay, so you're all heading to the tavern, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen. A group of somewhat indecisive people sometimes have made a decision.
What? No.
Somewhat.
This is like half of what D&D is people going, but how do we get through this locked door? Have you tried opening
Actually,
it?
we were really decisive. That was the problem. Like we all had our own ideas.
No, to be clear, two people were very decisive in opposing decisions, and then everyone else was like, I can see both sides.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. You head back to the tavern then, and that is probably a good place to leave it.
Pog.
Aegis survived my interrogation puzzle.
Wasn't much of a puzzle, Pete.
Everything's a puzzle when you think about it. The puzzle was how to survive and then how to murder a man. All right. That is everything for this week on Dragonriders, A Song of the Damned. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
See, I waved. Saw that.
Yeah, calendar.
No way from me. Fuck you, Pete.